A woman transmigrated into the body of a beautiful master's degree holder. Her mission? To turn a desert into an oasis. But the only way to make it rain is by kissing men. She sees men as friends, but they only want to mate with her. Moreover, other species have designs on her. In her previous life, she was a researcher at a zoological institute. While incubating and hatching eggs, she was drowned in a water tank by a newly hatched species. When she opened her eyes, she saw a male beastman. The beastman intimately asked which tribe she belonged to. Only then did the girl realize she had transmigrated again. The beastman quickly asked where her male was and how he could leave her alone in this dangerous desert. She stared blankly, seemingly haloed. Tribe male? What a strange name. Then, seeing the beastman's ear, she immediately reached out to tug on it. It's so soft, so cute. It's like a stuck white horse. But why can't I pull it off? The beastman grabbed her hand. You arrogant female, how dare you touch my beast ears? That's my forbidden zone. She then grabbed the beastman's tail and rubbed it against her face. Shouldn't the forbidden zone be here? But the beastman thought the girl was courting him. He forcefully pushed her to the ground and held a bow and arrow to her neck. What are you plotting? Just when the girl thought she was about to die, she suddenly realized the beastman couldn't move. Then, a chicken suddenly appeared out of thin air. I am your system, Bida. You are already dead in your world. The cause of death was a new species mutation accident. But you're lucky. You have been chosen by our system to receive the goddess rod. Only by completing the desert oasis mission will you have a chance to be reborn. This world consists of 4 tribes: Daika, Galu, Zainin, and Beibing. You must obtain the treasures of these 4 tribes. Combining the 4 will turn the desert into an oasis. As for the goddess rod, kiss it and you'll know. Without thinking too much, the girl kissed it. The next second, it began to rain. Congratulations, host, for successfully capturing the male lead. You have unlocked the Kiss of Rain achievement. The Beastman, who had never seen rain, was overjoyed. He immediately embraced the girl. You are the mysterious one sent by the heavens. Suddenly, a scorpion-like creature attacked with a 5-whip combo. The creature tightly bound the girl. What a beautiful female. I really want to have a good exchange with her. The girl was speechless. I just appeased a lion, and now there's a scorpion. The Beastman quickly shot arrows, pulling the girl back. The Beastman glared at the scorpion creature. She is my female. The scorpion creature scoffed. Anyan Danshun actually has a female. How about we share her? The Beastman immediately drew his bow and arrow. You're dreaming. At that moment, countless arrows rained down on the scorpion creature from the sky. But the scorpion creature easily dodged them with its agility. It then quickly advanced. Give me that female. The Beastman quickly told the girl to stay put. He transformed into a lion and charged. The scorpion creature also transformed into a giant scorpion. Seeing the chaotic scene, the girl thought about escaping, but she was completely unfamiliar with this world. Encountering other beastmen would be even more troublesome. At least this lion was currently protecting her. She could figure out how to complete her mission under the lion's protection. In a battle, the lion clearly had the upper hand. The scorpion creature, feigning defeat, prepared a sneak attack, but it was interrupted by the flashlight the girl pulled out. Scorpions are nocturnal and fear bright lights. It instantly lost its ability to resist and burrowed into the sand to avoid the light. The girl thought the scorpion had fled. Suddenly, it charged, opening its jaws to swallow her whole. The Beastman, enraged, rescued her from the scorpion's mouth. Frightened, the girl fainted. The Beastman carried her back to his cave and declared that she was a god. Just because she kissed him, the originally clear sky suddenly became overcast, and then it rained heavily. The other beastmen were ecstatic. The heavens have not abandoned our Melia tribe. Where's the shaman? Quickly have the shaman use the divine history to see if she truly is the mysterious one. The priest took out a glowing snake. Then the stone floated towards the girl. But in the next second, the stone fell to the ground. The red-haired beastman looked excited. Did this mean she had no divine power? Indeed, the god hasn't detected any divine power. But even without divine power, the god shouldn't suddenly lose it. When the priest touched the stone, visions of the tribe's joyful celebrations appeared in his mind. The next second, visions of the tribe's annihilation appeared. Although the girl indeed has no divine power, she might bring us a turning point. The red-haired woman, however, wanted to send the girl away because the tribe had no extra resources. But the priest insisted that although the girl had no divine power, she might bring a turning point for their tribe. The red-haired woman then let the tribe vote on whether to keep her. The males all supported keeping her, even wanting her as their own mate. The chief, however, declared that she was his mate and no one was allowed to have designs on her. The red-haired woman resolved in her heart not to let the girl steal her position. Night fell. Jialan brought the girl to his cave. He pointed to a bed. You'll sleep here tonight. She asked where Jialan would sleep. Jialan replied, you are my mate. Naturally, I'll sleep with you. The girl was shocked. That you're going to sleep with me? We just met today. This is too fast. She then thought about a lion's boundless energy, an immense desire. If she were entangled with him, she might not sleep all night. Jialan dragged out a wild boar and removed a leg. He handed the boar leg to the girl. Is this enough? Being human, she held the boar leg, unsure how to eat it. Jialan ate with gusto. Seeing this, the girl vomited for 3 days and 3 nights. While she understood that lions eat raw meat, he was in human form. Jialan quickly offered assistance. If you're not feeling well, I can take you to the fox. He knows some medicine. The girl asked if there was fire. Jialan's expression became firm. What do you need fire for? Fire is handled by designated people. I don't have any. Then I won't eat the boar meat, she said. Just some fruit will be fine. She ate an apple while complaining. What kind of primitive society is this? I need a designated person for fire. After the meal, the two lay down on the stone bed to rest. Suddenly, Baidandan jumped out. Have you forgotten your mission? Hurry up and seduce Jialan. Pounce on him. He's a hottie. The girl suddenly remembered her mission. But her mission was to turn the desert into an oasis. What did that have to do with seducing Jialan? The system chimed in. Don't you remember last time? The kiss that brought the rain? He asked you for help. Take the opportunity to unlock more. The girl suddenly understood. She slowly moved closer to Jialan. Such a handsome face. It wouldn't be a loss to have him. The next day, Jialan held the girl tightly. The girl, however, was shivering. He touched her forehead. Are you feverish? Sleeping like this isn't good. He quickly picked her up. I'll take you to the fox doctor, Malbai. Elsewhere, a fox peeked out of a cave entrance. In the next second, it transformed into a human. Jialan rushed over, but he seems to have fainted. Please take a look. Malbai's eyes lit up. What a beautiful mate. If you don't know how to care for a mate, give him to me. I'm very good at it. As he reached for the girl, Jialan pulled her away. Malbai stomped his foot angrily. What do you mean? Do you still want to heal your mate? Jialan glared at Malbai. Restrain yourself. He's my mate. The two were about to start a fight over the girl. Suddenly, the girl pulled open her clothes. That's hot. So hot. Shimian walked over. Stop dawdling. Figure out what's wrong with him. Malbai touched the girl's forehead. Did he experience alternating hot and cold temperatures last night? This situation is serious. He needs treatment. Shimian also noticed the girl's damp clothes, and no wonder he's unwell, lying in damp clothes. Jialan began to blame himself. It's my fault. My energy is too strong. That's why his clothes are damp. I was negligent. Could you find some dry clothes? Jialan held the clothes, but didn't know what to do. Malbai offered, if it's inconvenient for you, I can help. Jialan closed his eyes and slowly leaned toward the girl. Jialan removed the wet clothes. The girl immediately exclaimed, that's so much better. Jialan blushed crimson. This texture could be balloons? He then hurriedly changed her into dry clothes. By this time, Malbai had finished preparing the medicine. You're so red. It's quite amusing. Jialan waved it off. Consider this a debt I owe you. I'll send you a wild boar later. Malbai claimed it was the magnetism he was interested in, not the wild boar, but inwardly, he was delighted. It's been so long since I've had wild boar. Finally, a good meal. But the girl had fallen unconscious. Spilling the medicine, he tried to feed her. Jialan had to turn the regular medicine into an imported version. He then poured it all into the girl's mouth. The girl instantly reacted, thinking she was having a beautiful dream. So she immediately responded, only to be pushed away by Jialan. Jialan wiped his mouth. You're awake. Malbai's medicine was somewhat effective after all. The girl then realized it hadn't been a dream. Oh my God, what have I done? How shameless. Just then, White boldly cheered. Congratulations. You've unlocked a new skill. However, it's currently on cooldown. The girl was bewildered. I unlocked a new skill, but doing that with Jialan is so embarrassing. Can I exchange it? White boldly responded excitedly. The Alliance says you can exchange it. You can mix it up. You can trigger the golden finger with others besides Jialan. You could try other males. Just then, Malbai approached. This magnetism is beautiful. I like it. Malbai took the girl's hand and knelt on one knee. Hello, I am Malbai, the fox doctor. Would you be willing to become my mate? The girl mercilessly pulled her hand away. Fortunately, Fortunately, foxes have charm skills. He charmed his way straight into the girl's heart, landing smoothly in her embrace. But Jialan's head instantly turned green with jealousy. He quickly pulled the girl away. We should go back. Although they had spent a night together, neither knew the other's name or origin. Jialan then introduced himself. I am Jialan, the chief of the Melia tribe in Western Shikalu. What is your name, female? And from which tribe do you come? The girl quickly recalled, my name is Lin Mingwe. I'm from the Earth tribe, but I can no longer return to my tribe. Jialan assumed she had been banished. He then shattered a nearby rock with a single slap. Don't worry, you are my mate. From now on, you are a member of the Melia tribe. Mingwe quickly pushed him away. You keep saying I'm your mate, but I haven't agreed. Fortunately, Jialan also knew how to act cute. Transforming into a baby-like form, he nuzzled against Mingwe. Mingwe instantly blushed. So fluffy, so comfortable. Reminding herself that a girl should be more reserved, Mingwe withdrew her hand. In my homeland, only those who have mutual feelings can become partners. That means two people whose hearts beat for each other, who constantly think about each other, who share each other's joys and sorrows. But occasionally, she still fantasized about having two fluffy companions, living the life of a winner. Unexpectedly, rain suddenly started falling in the cave. It must be the golden finger triggering again. Jialan jumped up and down excitedly. It's raining. It's raining again. He then tightly grasped Mingwe's hand. You truly are the goddess of rain. There's no other explanation for it raining inside the cave. Thank you for coming to Melia. Our tribe needs you very much. He then picked up an animal hide from the floor. You've just recovered. You can't catch a chill again. Could you lift your hand and take this hide? I need to go to the village and tell the tribe to come collect the water. Mingwe held up the hide, scolding herself inwardly. Mingwe, get a grip. Don't fall for a handsome guy just because he's nice to you. Soon, everyone returned, their containers full. The female the chief brought back really is a goddess. Mingwe thought, this place is truly primitive. Not only do they not know how to live, they eat raw meat and use leaves and gourds to hold water. Just then, Jialan approached. The priest wants to see you. The next moment, the priest was playing with a glowing snake that, oh, infinitely radiant deity, grant me power. Tell me, does this girl possess divine power? To Mingwe, the priest looked like a circus performer. This is a primitive beastman tribe with countless strange elements. This is quite beneficial for me, a researcher of flora and fauna. Jialan suddenly sneezed. The glowing stone suddenly exploded. Fortunately, Jialan reacted quickly and saved Yunmi. The priest, however, was affected by the stone's backlash. The priest couldn't understand it. The deity and the priest had coexisted for generations, and this had never happened before. Jialan quickly asked if she was a goddess. The priest shook his head. Her identity is not something this old man can ascertain, but one thing is certain, she is extraordinary. Hearing this, Jialan tightly held Mingwe's hand. Priest, you previously mentioned blessings and misfortunes come together. I choose to believe that she will definitely bring good fortune to our tribe. These words were overheard by Manfei, who was eavesdropping outside the door. I must find a way to get rid of this female. Just then, a sycophant arrived at the door with a gift. Manfei had a sudden thought. Isn't this a perfect opportunity to deal with that female? He then put on a smiling face and accepted the gift. Can I ask you a favor? Manfei sent the sycophant, Lacey, to assassinate Mingwe. Lacey first pretended to share some poisonous mushrooms, but Mingwe, being a botanist, immediately recognized the mushrooms as poisonous. She even told Lacey to destroy them as soon as possible. Seeing the poison wouldn't work, Lacey resorted to force. But killing her directly seemed too much of a waste. It would be better to have some fun first. Unexpectedly, Mingwe knew women's self-defense. With just one move, she ruptured Lacey's groin. Lacey clutched his crotch and cried for 3 days and 3 nights. This female is too dangerous. She must be eliminated immediately. He then transformed into a giant lizard. Mingwe was terrified. This wasn't something women's self-defense could handle. She immediately ran for her life, with Lacey in hot pursuit. While running, she tripped on a rock. A clever idea struck her. She grabbed a handful of sand and threw it at the approaching Lacey. Lacey's vision went black. Disoriented, he crashed into a nearby rock and passed out. The injured Mingwe crawled towards the tribe, barely alive. Due to exhaustion, she fainted. She was found by Manfei that you've fallen into my hands. I'll show you what it means to be worse than dead. Night fell. Jalon, carrying fresh fruit, was walking home when he discovered Lacey, who had passed out earlier. He quickly took him to Mabai for treatment. Manhwa also rushed over upon hearing the news that I heard Lacey was attacked. Have you figured out what happened? Hearing Manhwa's voice, Lacey slowly woke up. He quickly moved closer. Manhwa, it's so good to see you. Manhwa then stroked Lacey's forehead, showering him with affection, and leaned in, prompting Lacey to slander Manhwa. Lacey fabricated a story. Today, I hunted a few rabbits on a mountain and gathered some fruits and mushrooms. Then, the goddess suddenly appeared and knocked me unconscious. Jalon's face darkened. Oh, you're saying Manhwa stole your food and knocked you unconscious. Upon hearing this, the tribespeople were convinced that Manhwa was a spy sent by another tribe. First, she gained our trust and lowered our guard. Yesterday, she knocked out Lacey and stole his food. At this point, only Jalon believed in Manhwa. He searched the entire town, but couldn't find her. Jalon returned to the scene of the incident, searching for clues about Manhwa. He smelled 2 different scents of blood, so Manhwa was injured here too. Then he saw a footprint that belonged to Manhwa. He rushed to Lacey's house and grabbed him by the throat. Tell me again. I found pieces of Manhwa's clothing on the cliff face. Did you push her off the cliff? Then she escaped, and you transformed into a beast to chase her. She even fell and got injured. Lacey exclaimed, she stole my food. That's why I did that to her. Jalon slapped him to it was just food. She desperately needed it. I didn't want to reveal your lies publicly, but you actually tried to harm her. The priest appeared and stopped Jalon. I just divined that Manhwa is still alive. Meanwhile, Manhwa lay dying in a cellar. Her stomach growled, but she had no strength left. Just then, a middle-aged man appeared before her. Has the Grim Reaper himself come to claim me? Blinking, she saw it was Jalon. Jalon gently alerted Manhwa. I finally found her. But after bringing Manhwa back to the tribe, she remained unconscious. Mabai said she was suffering from extreme exhaustion. Only the heart flower could help her regain her memories. But the heart flower grows in the stone forest, a place full of danger. Jalon said there were some in the tribe's stores, and he would go fetch them. But Manhwa objected. He claimed Manhwa had overturned all the water stored in the cellar. That was our entire tribe's water supply. With this accusation, others joined in, echoing his words. She overturned our water, and she wants to waste our heart flowers. Jalon suppressed his anger. I don't believe Manhwa would overturn our stores. Furthermore, I won't use anything from the stores. I will personally gather the heart flowers. Immediately, Jalon set off to gather the heart flowers. At this moment, Manhwa revealed his true colors. Imprisoned for 18 years, and you're still alive? Since you've been rescued, I have plenty of ways to kill you. After Jalon left, Manhwa demanded Manhwa from Mabai. She overturned the entire tribe's stored water. Hand over the culprit so we can punish her. Mabai refused outright. Seeing diplomacy fail, Manhwa resorted to force. With a single command, 3 male lions pounced forward. But Mabai showed no fear in the face of the 3 lions. He scooped up Manhwa and leaped. He jumped into a pre-dug hole. The crowd stared into the hole, dumbfounded. Should we chase them? Manhwa was unconcerned, and no need to risk ourselves for someone about to die. Meanwhile, the 2 escaped to a secluded part of the jungle. I didn't expect the tunnel I dug a few days ago would actually be useful. I originally dug it to make it easier to see you. Now, I'm afraid Manhwa has already blocked it. Fortunately, digging tunnels doesn't take me long. He finished speaking and kissed Manhwa's forehead. Unexpectedly, Manhwa stirred awake. Mabai blushed instantly. Every time I see you, you're so weak. You're not allowed to be like this next time. Manhwa spoke weakly. You saved me, right? But before I lost consciousness, I sensed Jalon's presence. Mabai quickly covered her mouth. That you're very weak now. Don't talk. Manhwa kept shaking her head and gesturing. Do you want to eat some fruit? Mabai leaned closer to Manhwa. Manhwa weakly said she wanted porridge or soup, but Mabai had no idea what porridge or soup was. The next moment, Manhwa directed Mabai, rapidly rotating a stick between his hands. Soon, fire was created. Seeing the fire, Mabai was startled and shifted back to his original form, then rushed into Manhwa's arms. Manhwa, you're amazing. You created the tribe's most precious thing with just a stick. Just then, danger quietly approached. Jalon grabbed Mabai. What are you trying to do to Manhwa? I'm warning you one last time. I Jialan do not share mates. Ma Bai shifted to his human form. How did Mingwe become yours? Did she agree? Mingwe then echoed Jialan. I am indeed not yours. But I'm not Ma Bai's either. I belong only to myself. At this point, Mingyue's body suddenly convulsed. Jialan quickly knelt and supported her. Quickly eat this. Eat the heart flower stamen. Your body will feel better. Mingyue took the heart flower and chewed it. The next moment, she indeed felt much better. Then she noticed Jialan was injured from gathering the heart flowers. Ma Bai raised his hand and emotionally explained what had happened, talking rapidly. Mingyue suddenly understood. But the most urgent matter was to disinfect Jialan's wound. She first had Ma Bai gather Huangxin and Jijito. Then she built a fire to boil water. Then she put the herbs in the boiling water to make a decoction. She returned to Jialan and applied the medicine, assuring him the wound would heal quickly. Ma Bai, being the tribe's medic, realized Mingyue was even more skilled than him. He immediately grabbed Mingyue's hand. Can I become your apprentice? If I can't be your mate, at least let me be your apprentice. Apprentices can't cuddle and hug, though. Jialan grabbed Ma Bai's ear. You stinky fox, stop your tongue, ing. At this moment, White boldly appeared. Congratulations. You've unlocked the plant encyclopedia function. Mingyue grabbed him. You finally show up. You played dead when I was in danger. What good are you? White boldly immediately defended himself. I can't interfere with your judgment. You should activate this function quickly. The moment Mingyue touched it, the surrounding magnetic field started to spin rapidly. There are no plants that can store identification. The capacity inside is huge. Plenty of space. Lacey was locked up in the dungeon. Manfei snuck in under the cover of night. I knocked out the guards. I'm here to save you. Jialan is completely infatuated now. I'm afraid he's going to execute you. You must escape from this place now. Go seek refuge with the Falcon system. He and Jialan are at odds. He'll definitely be willing to take you in. Tell him Jialan has obtained a mysterious power that can subdue you. Zeta will definitely come to seize it. If he can't get it, with his personality, he'd rather destroy it than leave it for anyone else. The next day, the three returned to the tribe, but they saw Lacey's mother and sister wearing shackles and restraints. It turned out that because Lacey escaped, they captured his family to atone for his crime. But Lacey committed the crime. Why should his family atone? Jialan added that since Lacey made the mistake, his mother bears some responsibility for raising him. His sister also bears responsibility for not stopping him in time. Meanwhile, Lacey's mother and sister were tied to the Chuchin platform. Two lecherous men drooled that it seems our taste is quite vulgar. We can let them both bear our children. At this moment, Manfei stood high above them. Next, let them atone for Lacey's mistakes. I announced that from today onwards, they will be placed in the captive camp. Everyone is welcome to punish them and impregnate them. As soon as he said this, Mingyue immediately stopped him. At this moment, everyone's eyes turned to Mingyue. Manfei spoke. She is the culprit who spilled our stored water. Someone take the criminal Lin Mingyue to the captive camp as well. Jialan suddenly appeared. I dare you to try. Manfei retorted, let Mingyue make it rain. Return the water to us, and we won't need to be punished. Mingyue thought, although I'm not the goddess, I can use the goddess's identity to save these innocent women. But White boldly said, the rain summoning skill is still cooling down. Mingyue pushed past Jialan. I will bring rain to the town, but not now. Rain summoning requires absorbing the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. The last rainfall depleted the energy, and it hasn't recovered yet. Jialan asked, who knows when you'll recover? Do you want everyone to die of thirst? The crowd also started clamoring. The water at home won't last. We don't want to die of thirst. Jialan said, as your chief, before Mingyue brings the rain, I will go to the Azure Pond and transport water back. I guarantee everyone will have water. Is this acceptable to you? Ma Bai said, it's acceptable. As long as there's water, everything is fine. This is an ancient tribe. All women who commit offenses are sent to the captive camp. And in the captive camp, the males can use the females as they please. Mingyue, being an earthling, arrived just in time and began to object to this form of punishment. But Manfei wouldn't agree. Our tribe has always punished offenders this way. What right do you have to object? The crowd chimed in. Normally, the tribe's females are our mates, but we don't all get a turn. It's rare to have free females to use. Mingyue patted her chest, because I'm a goddess. Heaven sent me here to change your customs and correct injustices. Why should family members suffer for one person's mistakes? As a female, how can you so easily declare everyone is welcome to punish them and impregnate them? And you, aren't you afraid that one day this punishment will fall upon your own heads? Whoever commits a crime, go and capture them and punish them. Don't bully women and children. Heaven is watching. The heavens are always watching what you do. The female beast men began to think, but the males were about to lose the females they were about to get. One of them grabbed an axe and threw it directly at Manhwa. In the next second, the axe was split in two by an arrow. Jialan angrily drew his bow. What are you trying to do to the goddess? I just said, no one is to touch her. Manhwa, are you disregarding the chief's words? Immediately, another arrow shot out, hitting the man in the thigh. This time it's your thigh. Next time, I guarantee a fatal shot. It is because of our tribe's ignorance that the spiritual energy of the weather is insufficient, preventing the goddess from descending in time. He then took Manhwa's arm. In the name of the chief, I announce the abolition of the punishment system that implicates family members. From today onwards, individuals will be held responsible for their own actions. Everyone raised their hands in agreement. The mother and daughter were then released. The mother and daughter were overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you, Goddess Manhwa. If anyone bullies you about the lace incident again, we will punish them. Jialan was pleased. Manhwa, how many more surprises do you have that I don't know about? Just then, cries came from the distance. A pregnant female appeared, seemingly about to give birth. Jialan quickly arranged for someone to fetch the priest to attend to her. Manhwa immediately offered to help. Soon, the cries of a woman echoed through the quiet village. The priest stroked the woman's belly. May the heavens bless us. Let my ancestral descendant be born smoothly. Manhwa looked worried. How can chanting alone help the baby be born safely? The woman fainted from the pain. Mabai quickly offered some reviving herbs. But the priest withdrew his hand, that I'm afraid this child is not meant for our tribe. Are we truly cursed by the heavens? Why won't the heavens grant us newborns? The priest resignedly prepared to cover the woman, but Manhwa declared they could still save her. She instructed Jialan to find some fruit for the woman. Mabai, give me those reviving herbs. I also need a knife, animal hide, and hot water. Everyone be quick. After the water breaks, the baby can easily become deprived of oxygen. We don't have much time left. Mabai went outside and rapidly rotated his hands. In the next second, a blazing fire appeared, startling everyone. Mabai had created fire. Mabai explained, the goddess taught me. The ways of life are complex. Everyone immediately recognized the goddess's divine power and went to kneel. But Mabai stopped them. They're busy inside. The goddess is struggling with the heavens, saving our newborn. Meanwhile, Manhwa held the reviving herbs. Wake up. Your child needs you. You can't give up on yourself like this. When someone is unconscious, you can stimulate the philtrum, along with these reviving herbs. I hope this will wake you. Soon, the woman slowly regained consciousness. Jialan returned with a basket of fruit. Mabai had also boiled the water. Priest, use this hot water to clean her. Jialan, keep the fruit coming. Mabai massaged these pressure points to help her relax and ease the pain. The difficult task now officially began. Jialan continuously provided hot water. No one dared to slack off. With a final cry from the woman, a healthy baby boy was born. The woman, eyes filled with tears, exclaimed, "My child." Everyone was breathless from exhaustion. Thankfully, the baby was born successfully. The others knelt, apologizing for their earlier disrespect. Manhwa, who had traveled from another world, had never experienced such reverence. Everyone, please stand. I didn't blame you. Inwardly, she was overjoyed. Her status had suddenly soared. I have to maintain this carefully. Just then, the baby began to cry. Manhwa quickly picked him up and gently patted him until he stopped crying. Everyone looked at her with admiration. By the way, I heard from Mabai that everyone is interested in learning how to make fire by friction. Actually, besides friction, there are other ways to make fire, such as using a concave lens or other methods. If you want to learn, I can teach you. Everyone eagerly raised their hands to sign up. The priest offered a small knife. Goddess Manhwa, please carve the methods onto this stone slab. We can then study and revere them every day. Manhwa handed the baby to Jialan. Jialan began to daydream about having a child with Manhwa. It would be wonderful to have our own child soon. 10 minutes later, Manhwa had carved the methods onto the slab. This part describes how to make fire. Also, you can cook meat with fire and boil water to drink. This will prevent stomach aches from eating raw meat or drinking unclean water. This is the solar still method, especially useful for obtaining water in the desert. First, find a sunny spot and dig a pit. Place a container for collecting water in the pit. Then cover the pit with a large leaf and secure it with stones. Finally, place a small stone in the center of the leaf to create a dip so that water droplets can flow into the container. Jialan looked puzzled. Will this really produce water? Mingwei affirmed. Although the amount collected wasn't much, it could address the immediate need. I also carve instructions for childbirth and postpartum care. Postpartum care for pregnant women can help them recover. Ma Bai, the veterinarian, was so excited his eyes lit up. The crowd cheered and jumped for joy. Long live the goddess. Long live the goddess. Mingwei was overjoyed. As expected, mastering math, physics, and chemistry makes you fearless, even when time traveling. The higher Mingyue's status rose, the more jealous Manfei became. He hadn't expected her to gain everyone's adoration so quickly. If you were disfigured, they certainly wouldn't like you anymore. Night fell. Mingyue was lying on the stone bed, resting. Suddenly, a strange sound came from the distance. When she got off the bed to investigate, she was caught in a large net and hoisted into the air. At that moment, a figure appeared. Without a word, the figure lunged at Mingyue with a pitchfork. Fortunately, Mingyue dodged in time. Then, she pulled out the pen she carried with her. With a gentle tug, the fishing net was torn apart. She landed on the ground with a thud. A brief struggle ensued. The attacker turned out to be Manfei in disguise. I originally just wanted to ruin you, to make you a lowly thing used by thousands. Since my identity has been exposed, this world can no longer tolerate you. Mingyue quickly grabbed a handful of sand and threw it into Manfei's eyes. She then swiftly grabbed his hand and, with a quick maneuver, overpowered him. I have no grievances against you. Why do you want to harm me? At that moment, Jialan arrived. Seeing Jialan, Manfei immediately put on a pitiful act, claiming that Mingyue was trying to kill him. Mingyue was shocked that don't be ridiculous. Surprisingly, Jialan unconditionally believed Mingyue. Get up. I'll handle this. Hearing this, Manfei turned up the manipulative charm. Jialan spoke slowly. I've always treated you like my own sister, and we grew up together. So no matter what you do, I spoil you. I even overlook occasional mistakes. Perhaps it's my indulgence that has made you so reckless. Mingyue is your future sister-in-law. I won't tolerate this. But Manfei still insisted that Mingyue had tried to kill him. Jialan pointed to the fishing net. This is the technique I personally taught you. Does this all belong to her? And why are your tools in the cellar? I expect you to confess truthfully, Manfei. Seeing his plan unraveling, Manfei shifted all the blame onto Lacey. That day, I saw Lacey in the cellar. He knocked things over. He forced me to keep quiet, threatening to hurt me if I told anyone. He also threatened me to blame everything on Mingyue. I had no choice but to do as he said. Jialan replied, that's no excuse. Apologize to Mingyue now. Explain the truth to the entire tribe, and promise never to do this again. Otherwise, you're no longer my sister. Manfei reluctantly apologized to Mingyue. Jialan, however, deemed her attitude insincere. He ordered Manfei kneel and beg for her forgiveness. Mingyue sighed. For Jialan's sake, I accept your apology, but you must atone for your actions. You will be responsible for overseeing the transport team and escorting the water trading supplies. The next morning, the two prepared to depart. Jialan transformed into a large lion and offered Mingyue a ride. Mingyue was ecstatic. I never imagined I would ride a lion one day. Look at this magnificent mane and that thick, long tail. It's so comfortable and enjoyable to lie on it. I love it. I want to lie on it every day. Jialan blushed. Mingyue was stroking his sensitive areas. Marry me. After we're done with this task, I'll give you a proper response. You can't refuse me. Now let's go. Soon, they arrived at Ida. Mingyue was immediately captivated by its prosperity. She bumped into a passerby. Excuse me, I accidentally bumped into you. The stranger's eyes lit up with infatuation. Such a beautiful female. I want to possess you all to myself. He abandoned his wife and child. Will you be my new mate? At his words, other strong females nearby came forward to court Mingyue. Mingyue retorted, you have a wife and child, and you're still trying to court others? I'll castrate you. After finishing speaking, she was pulled into an embrace. This is my female. Everyone else, scram. Mingyue's heart suddenly raced. She didn't seem to be resisting Jialan as much. On the other side of the market, the owner was collecting stall fees. Zayn explained that business was bad, offering stones to offset the rent. But the market owner kicked over his stall and shoved Zayn several meters away. Mingyue happened to be passing by and saw the deposit fall in front of her. Isn't this the legendary pigeon egg diamond? She quickly helped Zayn up. That guy has no idea what he's dealing with. The market owner then took a liking to Mingyue. That useless thing is just a weak little bird. Come on, brother, I'll take you home to play. Fortunately, Jialan arrived just in time, breaking the market owner's wandering hand and kicking him away. The market owner scrambled to his feet and ran. Just you wait. I'll report this to Lord Zeta. Jialan remained unfazed. He traded animal hides with Zayn for the diamond, solely to win Mingyue's favor. This is a 100-carat diamond. I have to take it back with me. At this time, the tribespeople responsible for transporting water arrived. The team leader reported that the water reservoir had been safely transported. Mingyue then noticed that Manfei wasn't among them. Manfei had said he had friends in Ida and would split off from the group. Meanwhile, Manfei found Lacey and asked him to get rid of Mingyue. Lacey, however, brought him to Zeta. Zeta was surrounded by companions, but he still took an interest in Manfei. He stood and slowly walked towards him. This time I want you. Do you have any objections? I brought him here specifically as an offering to you, my lord. Zeta kissed Manfei without a word, and then slowly tore open his clothes. Meanwhile, Jialan, having collected the water, prepared to leave. The market owner returned with reinforcements. Jialan said he would lure them away and told the others to meet at Ida. Soon, they arrived in front of Jialan and seized him to present to Lord Zeta. They advanced on Jialan with spears. Jialan calmly took out a hidden weapon. In an instant, everyone collapsed. A tiger disguised as a wolf. Just as he was about to finish off the market owner, the owner revealed a shocking secret. Your sister is currently in Lord Zeta's hands. He boasts he'll have 18 children with her in 3 days. He then pulled out a green stone. This is hers. I'm not lying. Elsewhere, Mingyue and the others have been waiting for a long time. Jialan still hadn't returned. Suddenly, a voice came from behind them. Turning around, Mingyue felt like she was seeing the Flame King. Mingyue, long time no see. The next second, Lacey imprisoned her in a dungeon. She found a young man who sold the diamonds, also locked up. I'm Zayn, that male beside you. Mingyue was instantly filled with worry. She wondered how Jialan was doing. Zayn nudged her, don't be afraid. When the guards relax at night, I'll shift into my beast form and fly out to steal a knife to cut the vines on the door. Then you can leave. Your small size and beast form would allow you to fly out, but I've noticed there are many guards outside. Even if we escape, we'll be caught. Then he suddenly noticed a cactus in the dungeon. A short while later, he was finished. These are cactus spines soaked in mandrake leaves. They have paralyzing and soporific effects. He then aimed the spines at the guard. 2 spines flew out swiftly. The guard only felt an itch. The next second, he collapsed unconscious. Zayn was stunned, exclaiming, amazing. Soon, the 2 of them escaped, but they overheard that Lord Zeta had captured a former tribal chief's daughter from the Malia tribe. Mingyue realized it was Manfei. How did he end up in Zeta's hands? Could Jialan's delay be because of him? Zayn pointed to a dog hole. We can leave through here. Let's go. Mingyue gripped the dagger in her hand. Zayn, go ahead. I still have something to do. Are you going to save Malia? I'll go with you. 2 people are stronger than 1. Although I'm not strong enough, if anyone bullies me, I'll become a bad omen, staring them down. The 2 wandered around the palace for a long time. Then they came across a massage parlor. Inside lay a group of death row inmates, tortured and covered in wounds. The man had 18 kidneys since he was a child. Every night, he had to enjoy 18 magnetics. This day, he took a fancy to the former chief's daughter, Malia. Without waiting for Manfei's consent, he kissed her. Then he slowly tore off Manfei's clothes. Little did he know, his harem had been discovered by Mingyue. Mingyue released all his concubines. As the last door slowly opened, Zeta and Manfei were seen in the midst of an intimate encounter. The more Manfei resisted, the more excited Zeta became. Mingyue secretly shot a cactus spine with a paralyzing effect. But Zeta only felt a prick as if from rain, and it had no effect. He pulled out the spine. Oh, you're the goddess woman? Then serve me along with Manfei. Manhwa immediately took out her dagger and swung at him. But Zeta easily caught it. I just love the magnetism of hunters. Obey me, and I'll make you suffer less. Just then, Jialon suddenly burst in. Get your hands off her. Don't touch Manhwa. Zeta, pinned to the ground, showed no fear. You even broke through my carefully arranged love nest. Jialon signaled everyone to run. The two ran towards the door, but Lacey blocked their way. Seeing this, Zeta commanded, seize them all. Don't let any of them escape. He then transformed into his beast form and fought Jialon. Lacey began to mock Manhwa. Back then, you took advantage of my affection and made me do bad things. Your heart is dark, but your face is not bad. After Lord Zeta is tired of you, if you're willing to submit, I might reluctantly take you in. Manhwa interrupted. What are you thinking? What do you take women for? Manhwa, lick her hand. It was him who told me to harm you, and you're still protecting him. I know he wanted to harm me. How to deal with him is not up to you. I'm not just defending Manhwa, but all women oppressed by men. Manhwa, hiding behind Manhwa, was moved to tears. But Lacey tried to grab Manhwa to replace Manhwa and serve Zeta. Zen transformed into his beast form and flew over, dazzling Lacey. Lacey also transformed, and with a swift kick, defeated Zayan. He ordered his men to capture the other two females and grab Zayan. He was about to make Zayan his prey. Manhwa could only watch helplessly as Zayan was about to be devoured. Just then, Dandan jumped out. Your lightning skill has cooled down. Manhwa quickly instructed him to use lightning on Lacey, but it could only be triggered by male magnetism. She couldn't very well kiss the guard next to her. Manhwa closed her eyes and began to fantasize. In her fantasy, she and Jialon were embracing. Jialon, too, was enjoying this beautiful moment. After the fantasy, she gathered a lightning bolt. Hear my call and descend. The next second, a bolt of lightning struck Lacey directly in the forehead. He fell to the ground, smoke rising from his body. His subordinates were also pierced by sudden arrows. In the blink of an eye, the magnetic men she had rescued earlier, the ones who had 18 kidneys since childhood and needed to enjoy 18 magnetics every day. Just now, Jialon and Lacey had been struck by Manhwa's lightning. The other subordinates were pierced by arrows. A glance revealed the female prisoners who had just been freed. They unleashed a volley of arrows. Zeta's men were all pierced through. Manhwa quickly picked up Zayan from the ground. Thankfully, he hadn't been eaten. Meanwhile, Zeta savagely tore off a piece of meat. Seeing this, Manhwa's face was filled with worry, but her lightning ability was still cooling down. Manhwa hurriedly advised to bite the fur on his back. That was his weak point. Zeta instantly panicked. How did this female know my weakness? Jialon seized the opportunity created by the distraction and bit down hard, gripping the fur on Zeta's back. With a slight tug, he ripped it off. Zeta instantly lost his ability to resist and collapsed to the ground. Jialon, severely injured, also fainted. Manhwa quickly rushed forward to check his injuries. Jialon had many wounds, but thankfully none were fatal. Now that Zeta is seriously injured, he definitely won't have the energy to chase us. Let's find a place to rest and recover. Then I'll use my special remedy to heal your wounds, Jialon. This is sea buckthorn. It helps wounds heal. It's especially good for wound repair. Jialon, however, showed a pained expression. Manhwa began to blame herself that I'm sorry. Did I hurt you? I'll try to be quick. Just bear with it a little longer. At this moment, Jialon slowly opened his eyes, but he was completely devoid of strength. Manhwa quickly explained, we're safe now. You don't have to worry. Manhwa casually asked, why were you covered in wounds when you saved me? I know Manhwa wanted to save Zeta after he was injured, but they had planned it. They set a trap. After I escaped the trap, I went to find you. Manhwa pretended to be angry. You want to save Manhwa. Saving me was just an afterthought. Jialon hurriedly explained, you were the most important. But Manhwa's father saved my life. I couldn't just ignore him. Hearing this, Manhwa's face softened with satisfaction that I was just teasing you. I'm not angry. Seeing you so spirited puts my mind at ease. Manhwa was captured by Zeta. It's perfectly normal that you went to save him. I understand. I would have done the same. At this point, Jialon fell into deep thought that I've wronged him time and time again, yet he still came to save me and protect me. I heard from others that he even searched every room looking for me. Just then, a delicious aroma wafted through the air. It turned out that the meat she was roasting was done. She quickly called out, Manhwa, the meat is ready. Come and eat. Could you also call Mandaein and Mengtai over? Manhwa verbally declined, but his body still followed the summons. Everyone praised Mingyue's cooking. Mingyue remarked that it would be even more delicious if marinated with spices that be by the way Jialan. During the 2 days you were unconscious, based on what I saw on the way here, combined with Zin and Mengpai's intelligence reports, figured out there's big game to the southwest. There might be a new water source there. Hearing this, Jialan immediately perked up. If there's a new water source, not only Malia, but the entire Garusi will benefit. Seeing Jialan's renewed energy, it's wonderful a woman should becoming thin. The goddess's mission is indeed to turn the desert into an oasis, but only by kissing a man can she descend. But she treats men as friends, while men only want to mate with her. What's more, there are other species eyeing her with predatory intent. Just now, everyone injured Zeta and escaped. Manfei returned to the tribe to be in charge of transporting water. Zan has been away from home for so many days, it's time for him to return. Jialan and Mingyue will go hunting and search for the water source. Mingyue picked up a stone and threw it forward. The stone sank. Just as I thought, there's a desert swamp ahead. There's abundant groundwater around here, forming the Xiaoma swamp. It's like a layer of sand on top of a lake with water underneath. But because there's a layer of mixed mud, sand, and water in between, once you sink in, it's very difficult to get out. Hearing that there was water, Jialan immediately wanted to extract it. Since there's groundwater here, there must be a river nearby. Let's keep moving forward. Jialan pulled Mingyue along, carefully probing the path ahead. The further they went, the thicker the fog became. Jialan exclaimed, "Be careful, this fog is poisonous. I encountered it before while hunting." Mingyue pulled Jialan back, that it's swamp gas. We have to get out of here quickly. Half an hour later, they finally made it out. Suddenly, Jialan felt unwell and fainted. There are usually antidotal herbs near swamp gas. I'll go to the woods ahead and look for some. You stay here and wait for me. I'll be back soon. Mingyue walked alone into the depths of the forest. Finally, she found the herbs that could counteract the poison. At this moment, a rustling sound came from behind her. Turning around, a python lunged and bit at her. Mingyue screamed in terror. "I didn't know this was your territory. I didn't mean to offend you. Your Excellency is magnanimous. Please spare me." The giant python, panting heavily, stopped. Mingyue noticed the python seemed weak. It turned out it was stuck shedding its skin. It looked like it had been stuck for a long time. Mr. Giant python, I have a way to help you shed your skin smoothly, but you must promise not to hurt me. Unexpectedly, the python haughtily turned its head away. Then it dropped its lower half. Mingyue realized the python wanted her to help it shed its skin. She immediately took out the water she was carrying and used it to soothe the python's pain. Soon, the skin had softened considerably. "That I'll hold onto your old skin. You try to move forward with force." The python quickly shed its old skin. After breaking free, it transformed into a completely naked, beautiful man. Mingyue quickly covered her eyes. The snake man lifted Mingyue's chin. "Why are you covering your eyes? Are you afraid I'll eat you?" "Don't worry, I'm not interested in the weak. I don't like owing people favors. You help me, so I can promise to do one thing for you. For example, become your mate and protect you for life." Mingyue quickly waved her hands that it was just a small effort. "There's no need to offer yourself in return. I just saw injustice and decided to help. Since you've successfully shed your skin, I still have things to do, so I'll be going now." But Yu grabbed her hand. "In a way. I said I would repay you, and I will. There's so many wild beasts around here. If you're leaving, I'll escort you out." Mingyue thought, "What do I do? I saved a beautiful snake man, but now he's clinging to me. Help, Yuzhong." Mingyue then brought Yeyu to Jialan's side. She poured the imported medicinal juice down his throat. Yeyu looked Jialan up and down. "So, this is your male? He's so weak, and he still needs you to save him. A girl travels through time and becomes a beastkin goddess, the most sought-after beastkin in the city." Just now, Mingyue brought Yeyu to Jialan's side. After giving Jialan the imported medicine, in the next second, Jialan suddenly opened his eyes. Mingyue hurriedly asked, "How do you feel?" Jialan embraced Mingyue. "That I'm fine now. I said I would protect you, but you ended up protecting me." Mingyue soothed Jialan, "But I'm not weak either. I don't like being a delicate flower." Yeyu coughed awkwardly. Jialan then realized there was another stranger present. He protectively shielded Mingyue behind him. "Who are you?" Yeyu snorted coldly that you're too weak. "You're not qualified to know." The situation was getting out of control. Mingyue awkwardly stepped between them. "That don't get excited. We're all on the same side. We should get along." Jialan grabbed Mingyue's hand. "That you're my mate." "We're not on the same side as him." But Yeyu grabbed Mingyue's other hand. He can't protect you. He doesn't deserve you. Got it. Manhwa, caught in the middle, said with exasperation, enough. If you keep pulling me back and forth like this, I won't be on anyone's side. I understand, Manhwa. I'll get along with him. For your sake, I'll reluctantly get along with this weakling. That's more like it. There should be a waterfall up ahead. Let's keep going and see. Soon, they came across a waterfall. Manhwa exclaimed excitedly, "What a magnificent waterfall! We really found the waterfall. I didn't expect such a sight here." Manhwa said shyly, "I haven't bathed in days. I'm a bit uncomfortable. I want to wash up over there." The two males shared the same thought. Go ahead. We'll keep an eye on things for you. Manhwa looked worried. Is it really okay to leave these two here? Then she dropped her little dress. Wow, this water is so cool and refreshing. The water droplets on my skin feel so good. Jialon and Yeyu listened to the sound of the flowing water, their minds wandering. Suddenly, they heard footsteps. Unexpectedly, there are two unfamiliar males here. They then forced Jialon and Yeyu into a corner. This is our territory. Any male who appears here belongs to us. Let's get them together and capture them. Manhwa hummed a tune, her face full of gratitude for her companions. Unaware, she was being watched. She then noticed a male behind a rock, secretly filming her. "Hey, who are you?" "I have two male companions." He seemed captivated by her beauty. "So beautiful. You little brat. What are you looking at? Leave, or I'll call for help. You're bathing in our tribe's sacred spring, defiling it, and you dare threaten me? Go ahead and call. I can call even more people. But, seeing as you're somewhat attractive, I can plead with the chief's sister to pardon your transgression. Don't mind him, Jialon you. There's a pervert here. He's a modern medical doctor who time-traveled to become a beast man, Xiangbo Bo. Just a moment ago, Jialon and Yeyu encountered a herd of oxen. Manhwa was also targeted by the male. Soon, the two defeated the oxen. "You're a little stronger than I thought." "Same to you." Then came Manhwa's cry for help. They found a male Padzai Shrito song. Jialon immediately grabbed his neck. "So, it was you harassing Manhwa. Where is she?" The small beast man struggled. "Let me go. How dare you treat me like this? You're tired of living." Yeyu had rescued Manhwa. "Close your eyes. No one look at me." Jialon threw the small beast man into the river. He quickly embraced Manhwa. "It's all right. I threw the pervert in the river. Tell me later how you want to punish him. I'll make him regret messing with you." Manhwa chuckled. "Okay." The small beast man struggled in the water. "Help. Help. I can't swim." Jialon threw rocks at him. "Scared now, are you? You dare harass my female? You're looking for death." A crocodile swam nearby. Manhwa gasped. "It's a Nile crocodile. A huge one." "You, there's a Nile crocodile over there. They're extremely ferocious. That little guy, although rude, doesn't deserve to die. Please, I beg you, help me pull him out." Without a word, Yeyu dove into the water. The Nile crocodile opened its jaws, about to swallow the small beast man. But Yeyu attacked it. The small beast man clung tightly to Yeyu. "I thought I was going to die." Suddenly, many more Nile crocodiles appeared. Yeyu thought, so many crocodiles in such a small river. The small beast man panicked. "Oh my God, I told you the river was dangerous. I'm done for." Manhwa also became anxious. "And oh, so many Nile crocodiles. At this rate, you won't stand a chance." Jialon is a strong fighter, but he lives on land and probably can't swim. Manhwa forced herself to calm down. "If we can't overpower them, we'll outsmart them. Think, we're the Nile crocodile's weaknesses. Their eyes. Attack their eyes." Just then, she saw a Xiang bird. Now, crocodiles and Xiang birds have a symbiotic relationship. That if we find a Shurhing's nest, we should find a crocodile's nest. There's only one way to save Yeyu quickly. "Jialon, I need your help." A girl, single for 18 years, unexpectedly transmigrated to become a beast man, Xiang Go. All the beast men want to mate with her. Just now, Yeyu saved the small beast man, but he's now targeted by countless Nile crocodiles. Fortunately, Manhwa thought of a solution. She mounted Jialon to chase after the Xiang bird, find the Shurhing's nest, and we'll find the crocodile's nest. It's crocodile nesting season. We can find their eggs and threaten them to stop attacking. Soon, they arrived at a small stream. All the crocodiles are out now, so the nest should be unguarded. I'll search this side, you search that side. Let's split up and be quick. They searched nearby for a mound covered with dry grass and leaves, likely the crocodile nest. Crocodiles hide their eggs in mounds. Soon, Jialon found the crocodile eggs. "Manhwa, I think I found them." Manhwa carefully picked one up. "These are crocodile eggs." Meanwhile, Yeyu fought the Nile crocodiles alone. "I've been fighting for so long, and there are still so many." Just then, Mingyue arrived with the crocodile eggs. You crocodiles, get out of here, or I'll smash these crocodile eggs. Go, Pikachu! The Nile crocodiles, wanting to protect their eggs, became much more docile. They let Yu come ashore. Mingyue quickly rushed to Yeyu. Are you alright? Are you hurt? Yeyu put on a proud face. A few crocodiles can't hurt me. At this moment, the small beast man noticed the Nile crocodiles were about to attack them again. So he led everyone toward his tribe. Inside is my tribe. The small beast man, Asuka, forced himself not to blush. Although you threw me into the water, it was right for you to save me. But Sister's heroic figure, when she saved me, was just too amazing. I really like Sister, so you can stay here as long as you like. At this moment, a group of beastmen approached. Deputy Chief, it's these two males. They beat us up like this, and now they dare to come here to die. Jialan and Yu look confused. Who are you? They then remembered beating a group of oxen by the waterfall. Deputy Chief, you have to get justice for us. The small beast man hurriedly stepped forward. They're my friends. I invited them as guests. He then received a slap that you're friends with these guys who hurt our tribe. You traitor. Someone, seize these outsiders. Avenge our tribe. A woman transmigrated to become a warrior goddess. Her mission is to turn the desert into an oasis, but she can only make it rain by kissing men. Moreover, other males are eyeing her lustfully. Just now, Manchi brought Jialan and the others back to the tribe, but he was slapped by the deputy chief. Someone, seize these outsiders. Mingyue looked confused. Why are they resorting to violence without even talking? Following the order, everyone swarmed forward. Mingyue thought she needed to be cautious and quickly pressed the pause button. Immediately, everyone froze in place. Mingyue held out a bundle of tender grass, but we came here with no intention of fighting. Seeing the fresh grass, everyone started drooling. Everyone knows that horses have a special fondness for fresh, juicy grass. The deputy chief ordered, "Why did you stop? Seize them." At this moment, a voice came from afar. Everyone stopped. Everyone saw the chief himself and realized who it was. What's all the commotion about? Mingyue frowned. Another one? And it's them again. Jialan spoke first that we were by the waterfall today. Why were we suddenly attacked by your tribe? We were merely defending ourselves. Why are we now facing your retaliation? A subordinate explained to the chief, "Chief, I saw that the two males were quite handsome, so I wanted to capture them for you." As soon as these words were spoken, the subordinate received punishment from the chief. Reckless. I heard from Manchi that your name is Mingyue, right? Yu quickly shielded Mingyue. What do you want to do? I'm here to apologize specifically. I've already heard Manchi's account. Please stay and allow us the opportunity to show you our hospitality. The deputy chief pointed at Mingyue. Are we just going to let them get away with injuring our people? As deputy chief, can't you even distinguish right from wrong? It was our people who offended them first. They were outmatched, and now they want to settle the score later. Besides, I have no interest in stealing males. The three of you, please come with me. Give us a chance to show you our hospitality. Jialan and Yu look suspicious. Could this be a trap? Mingyue scratched her head. Then we'll have to trust Chief Baiwei. I want to try and believe in the good in this world. And more importantly, we need to cooperate. Watching their retreating figures, the deputy chief subordinate said, "They did this to you. We can't just let it go. Since they're here, let's deal with them slowly. Just ahead is my home. You can stay in the stone house next to mine. It happens to be empty." At this moment, a little girl ran over, shouting, "Brother Lanchi." Lanchi picked up the little girl. "Mingyue, this is my younger sister, Manyao. You can call her Xiaoyao." Mingyue touched Xiaoyao's face. So cute. So well-behaved. Seeing this, Jialan fell into another fantasy. Mingyue really likes children. I'll give her a whole bunch in the future. At this moment, Xiaoyao started coughing. Oh no, her fever is back. Quickly take her back to rest. Mingyue looked worried. What illness does Xiaoyao have? I don't know. Many people in our tribe have this strange illness. At first, it's just an occasional cough. Later, it gets more and more serious. Not only coughing, but also a high fever. It's very strange. My parents died from this disease. A while ago, Xiaoyao suddenly started coughing and having a fever too. Mingyue was shocked. Most people in the tribe have this strange illness. Could it be an epidemic? The girl continued to have a high fever. The doctor said she ate too much, but Mingyue said it was an epidemic. At this time, the girl was burning up. Without any selfish thoughts, Mingyue quickly asked about Xiaoyao's initial symptoms and who she had been in close contact with. Xiaoyao started coughing and having a fever about 10 days ago. She mostly stays at home and rarely goes out. She's only been in close contact with me and my sister. Mingyue recalled, just now Baiwei said your parents died from the epidemic. If you don't mind me asking, when did they pass away? They passed away over a year ago. Xiao Yao was very young when they died. It doesn't sound very contagious, but why are so many people in this tribe sick? Manhwa found 2 kinds of herbs. These 2 plants can reduce fever and stop coughing. You can take some back. However, I haven't figured out a cure yet. These plants can only relieve the symptoms for now. Lanchi tightly grasped Mingyue's hand. Thank you, sister. I'll go find the chief right away. Wait, these are your guests. I'll send someone to handle this matter. Manchi came over with some food. I have some wild fruits. Try them. They're delicious. Mingyue accepted them. She carefully examined the fruit. Were these picked? Was it near the swamp? Do you often eat this kind of fruit? I've seen this 4-cornered melon at the edge of the swamp, but the miasma there is heavy. The Chijiao melons that grow, they're likely to absorb the miasma's toxins. Lanchi smiled sheepishly. Did I pick them near the swamp? This kind of wild fruit only grows there, but they're not plentiful. I couldn't bear to eat them, so I saved them all for Xiaoyao. Jialan opened the fruit and was about to eat it when Mingyue quickly stopped him. I think I know what's causing Xiaoyao's illness. It's probably related to eating this fruit. This fruit contains miasma toxins. Although the amount is small, if you eat too much, symptoms will gradually appear. I have 2 Xianxian herbs left, which can counteract the miasma. However, this is just my guess. I'm not 100% sure it will cure Xiaoyao. And she's so young. Jialan patted Mingyue's shoulder comfortingly. We still need to discuss this with their chief. Let him decide. You brought over a fish. Since the fruit is out, let's eat fish. Mingyue asked, when did you catch this fish? Don't tell me it was from the waterfall. Well, I have my ways. As long as you stick with me, you'll never go hungry or cold. I'm not like certain useless people. Upon hearing this, Jialan and Manchi quickly went to find food for Mingyue. The next day, everyone found the chief. These herbs can indeed save many of our people, but I can't be certain that the strange illness is definitely caused by the miasma toxins in the wild fruit. Jialan suggested, why don't we find someone to try the medicine? But there's definitely a risk involved. The chief readily agreed that I'll go find someone willing to try the medicine. A tribesman in the corner overheard this. Find someone to try the medicine. This is my chance for revenge. Half an hour later, the chief brought someone back. Currently, only Dubon is willing to try. Dubon said, I've been infected for a while now, and I'm afraid my time is running out. If I can help my tribe, I'll die without regrets. The tribesmen cheered for Dubon that you'll be fine. If they dare to harm you, we won't let them off. Mingyue also brought over the prepared medicine. This medicine is made from detoxifying herbs. The treatment effect will be better. The next second, Dubon drank the medicine in one gulp. He immediately vomited blood and lost consciousness. The girl continued to cough and have a fever. The chief and her sister were at their wits' end. The entire tribe was clueless about how to treat this symptom. Fortunately, Mingyue had some medical knowledge. She concluded that Xiaoyao had eaten fruit containing miasma. These are herbs that counteract the miasma toxins. The chief suggested finding a tribesman to try the medicine first. He then brought Dubon to try it. But after Dubon drank the medicine, he immediately vomited blood and collapsed. He was unconscious. Bianlu immediately became worried. I told you those 3 had ill intentions. What did you give my brother? How could he vomit so much blood? Someone seize these 3 murderers, interrogate and punish them. Mingyue broke down in a series of sobs. Could I have misdiagnosed the cause? Did the medicine react poorly with the real illness? But the color of the blood isn't right either. Freshly vomited blood should be bright red, but this is already dark red. Can I take another look at Dubon's condition? I think it might be different from what we've seen. Bianlu looked panicked. My brother is like this. What more do you want? Chief, you must punish them severely. Give my brother justice. Otherwise, you're not fit to be our chief. Jialan declared that if Mingyue says there's a problem, there must be a problem. You're being so secretive, you must be guilty. Yiyu immediately suggested they bring Dubon over for Mingyue to examine. At this, the tribesmen surged towards Jialan's home, but they were all knocked down. Is this how you treat guests? Fight again, and you'll still be defeated by us. Chief, put away your whip. I will thoroughly investigate this matter and give everyone an explanation. At this moment, Manchi carried Xiaoyao out. Chief sister, there's no need to investigate. I already know the truth. This was all a play orchestrated by Dubon and Bianlu. Manchi, you're slandering them. Who can't see that you like that Cixin? For Cixin, are you willing to disregard the well-being of the poison people? Mingyue then noticed that Xiaoyao had regained consciousness. It seemed the fever-reducing and cough-suppressing herbs were quite effective. Manchi explained that Xiaoyao hadn't just regained consciousness, but but seemed to have fully recovered. Actually, while sister was making the medicine, Xiaoyao secretly drank a bowl without telling anyone. Then he slept and woke up completely recovered. Bianlu roared, I think you are the ones putting on an act. You're making excuses for these three outsiders. Who's really acting? One look from Manhwa will tell. Bring Dubon here. Dubon was immediately cowed by Jialan's seizure. Bianlu, lying on the ground, quickly stood up. This has nothing to do with me. My brother begged me to do it. The other tribesmen finally reacted. Dubon, explain yourself. Manhwa pointed at the blood on the ground. Actually, you never drank the medicine. In this blood, you made blood capsules from another animal's blood beforehand and hid them in your teeth to fake vomiting blood. Bianlu quickly lowered his head. You figured it all out. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this. Please forgive me. Give me another bowl of medicine. I really am sick. The chief also questioned Bianlu. I need a reasonable explanation for this. You almost cost the tribe a chance at a cure. What do you have to say for yourself? With the scheme exposed, Bianlu panicked. How is this possible? How could these three outsiders have developed a cure for the strange disease? The chief ordered, seize them and lock them up. We owe this all to Xiaoyao. Otherwise, uncovering this would have wasted a lot of time and resources. But Xiaoyao, don't do anything this dangerous again. Your brother would worry. The chief then apologized to Manhwa that I, as chief, was incompetent and almost wrongly accused you. Thank you for being willing to help our tribe with the disease. Manhwa scratched her head sheepishly and no need to thank me. Actually, I had ulterior motives for helping the tribe. Manchi mentioned that Liegu Waterfall is your sacred spring. I was hoping you would grant us permission to draw water from it. Jialan interjected, we could have found other ways to trade with them. Manhwa, you didn't have to do this. But Manhwa insisted, I'm also a member of the tribe. Can't I do something for the tribe? Jialan finally understood. Manhwa said she was a member of the tribe. Did this mean she was willing to be his mate? He was overjoyed. A woman travels to a beast world and becomes a rain goddess, tasked with turning the desert into an oasis. But she can only lower the temperature by kissing men, and all the other males are wary of her. Just now, Manhwa exposed the two brothers' scheme, and the chief ordered them imprisoned. The tribe agrees to Manhwa's request for water. Within my territory, Mylia is unconditionally permitted to draw water from the sacred spring. But I feel this isn't enough. After all, you solve our tribe's strange disease and save so many lives. How about I give you a few more males? See if there's anyone you like over there. You can just take them. If there's really no one you like, you can take Manchi. He's a bit young, but he's adaptable and has a bright future. Manchi looked at Manhwa expectantly. Manhwa was caught in a dilemma between Jialan and Yeyu on one side and Manchi on the other. The thought of taking a few young horses and raising them freely was quite appealing. Jialan and Yeyu will start arguing again then, and Mabai is still waiting for me. Just thinking about it gives me a headache. I'll pass. Thank you for your kindness. Although Manchi, like the other males in your tribe, is very good, I don't need anyone right now. At this moment, the chief hurriedly pulled Manchi back. Since Manhwa doesn't want him, I won't force it. However, in 2 days, our tribe will hold the annual male grand tournament. It will be quite lively. We hope you can stay and watch. Manhwa looked puzzled, wondering what the male grand tournament was. Xiaoyao explained, every summer, the males of our tribe will duel. The winner has the priority to be chosen by a female. Oh, when I grow up, I will also choose the male I like in the grand tournament. Manhwa looked at Jialan expectantly. It seems very interesting. I want to go. In my world, male wildebeest also duel for mates. I've always wanted to see it, but unfortunately, I time traveled before I had the chance. Jialan looked dotingly at her. Then let's stay here for a few more days. At the same time, the dungeon door was slammed open. A beautiful figure appeared before Dubon. Dubon looked very excited. Deputy Chief, why are you here? The deputy chief touched Dubon's face directly to don't be afraid. I'm here to get you out. Although Baiwe is the chief, I am his mate. He has to give me some face. Besides, those outsiders will leave sooner or later. Don't mind them. The male grand tournament is in 2 days. You compete well and try to get first place. Become a male worthy of me. Do you understand? Dubon replied without hesitation. I will definitely work hard and will not disappoint the deputy chief's expectations. Ling, you're so good to me. I love you. Of course I'm good to you. I love you. I definitely won't let them. 2 days later, all the males gathered together. Manhwa looked delighted. It's so lively today. The males nearby looked at Manhwa shyly. This is the female who developed the medicine to cure the strange disease and saved our tribe. She's so wonderful. If only she were participating in the mating selection. I would definitely try my best to be chosen by her. Jialon looked helpless. Manhwa is really too popular. At this time, Xiaoyao ran towards Manhwa with a flower. Sister, a flower for you. Manhwa quickly took the flower. Thank you, Xiaoyao. Then the host enthusiastically began his introduction. Females holding a desert rose, please take your seats in the special viewing area. You can watch the males duel up close and choose the ones you admire most. Manhwa looked at the flower in her hand, shocked, but I don't want to choose a male. Xiaoyao, I can't accept this flower. Xiaoyao straightened up. Sister, once you accept this flower, you can't return it, and you must choose a participating male to give it to. Of course, only the top 3 males are eligible to receive it. Xiaoyao quickly took Manhwa's hand. Let's go to the special viewing area to choose a male. Jialon and Yiyu were shocked. They had taken precautions against everyone, but they hadn't guarded against this little girl. Transmigrated into a beast world to choose a male, and she has to choose 3 and marry them on the spot. Just now, Manhwa accepted the flower from Xiaoyao. Since she's holding a desert rose, she must choose a male on the dueling field. Still bewildered, Manhwa was pulled to the special viewing area by Xiaoyao. Jialon and Yiyu were thunderstruck. They had guarded against everything, but they hadn't guarded against this little one. Xiaoyao was now promoting her older brother's strengths to Manhwa. Although my brother is young, he's a great fighter. Manhwa looked resigned. I knew I shouldn't have taken the flower. The chief also came over. Have you changed your mind and want to choose a few of our tribe's males to take back with you? I'm very optimistic about Chi-Chi and Meng-Meng over there. With their physique, they will definitely be in the top 3. You can pay attention to them later. Manhwa broke out in a cold sweat. Thank you for your kindness, but I really don't intend to choose any males. Xiaoyao just said that I have to choose one of the top 3 males to give this flower to. But I see many girls holding flowers. If everyone gives their flowers to the top 3, won't the top 3 receive many flowers? Yes, so the males who receive many flowers will have a right to choose. They can choose any female who gave them a flower to become their mate. Manhwa was now relieved. As long as the male I give the flower to doesn't choose me, nothing will happen. Meanwhile, Jialon and Yiyu surrounded the referee. I want to participate in the male grand tournament. Manhwa only needs to be mutually in love with me. We don't need anyone else. Although it's meaningless to duel with a bunch of weaklings, I'll participate too. Manhwa already has that weakling Jialon by her side. There's no need to add another one. It's an eyesore. The referee looked troubled, but the contestants have already been arranged. There's no way to add more. Just then, the deputy chief walked over and told them to participate. These 2 are honored guests of the chief. Since they want to experience our tribe's customs, let's make an exception and let them participate. Jialon and Yiyu looked at each other in disbelief. Was the sun rising in the west? The deputy chief was actually speaking up for them. It was the deputy chief who suggested Baisho's participation. I know you 2 are strong, so to make it fair, we need to add some conditions. Jialon must fight blindfolded, and Yiyu cannot transform into his beast form. Do you accept these terms? Only then did they realize the deputy chief's intentions were not good. But for Manhwa's sake, they had to grit their teeth and participate. Since these 2 outsiders are participating, let's readjust the battle order. Let's give them a taste of hardship. But remember, make sure Du Rong wins easily. Another person whispered to their companion. The deputy chief is behind this. Don't worry. Soon, the host was speaking energetically. All contestants are ready. I announce the annual male grand duel officially begins. Now, let's welcome the first pair of contestants to the stage. On the stage stood Chi-Chi and a blindfolded Jialon. Although Jialon was fierce, being blindfolded was a significant disadvantage. Seeing Jialon blindfolded, Manhwa couldn't help but worry. Moreover, Chi-Chi looked very strong and didn't seem easy to deal with. As the battle began, the crowd started cheering. Blindfolded, Jialon could only rely on sound to locate his opponent. But the scene was so noisy that he couldn't hear Chi-Chi's footsteps. At this moment, Chi-Chi seized the opportunity and transformed into his beast form, charging towards Jialon. Worried about Jialon's safety, Manhwa abruptly stood up and shouted, "Jialon, be careful." Jialon reached out and grabbed Chi-Chi's neck. Then he smoothly climbed onto Chi-Chi's back. I'm sorry, Manhwa. He transformed into a ferocious lion. Chi-Chi hurriedly shouted, "Stop! Don't mess around. I surrender. I give up." Thus, Jialan, who had fought blindfolded, won the first match. Jialan slowly removed his blindfold, determined in his heart. Manhwa, wait for me to win first place and rightfully become your mate. The women here, after coming of age, must take at least 3 husbands and bear children within the tribe. Therefore, the tribe holds the annual male grand duel. Just now, the blindfolded Jialan overpowered Chi-Chi. At the critical moment, Chi-Chi quickly surrendered. Jialan won the first match. Manhwa looked worried. That scared me. Thankfully, Jialan wasn't hurt. But that match was really exciting. I thought Jialan was going to be thrown off. The host spoke enthusiastically. Next, please enjoy the second duel. Wang Guang and a special guest, Yeyu. Manhwa was shocked. How did Yeyu get in? The chief approached that I just heard about Jialan's blindfolded match. It was the deputy chief who added that requirement for his last-minute entry. Yeyu's requirement is that he cannot transform into his beast form. He must fight in human form. Now, Manhwa worried about Yeyu. She wondered how he would cope. Wouldn't he be at a great disadvantage fighting a beast form in human form? Meanwhile, Wang Guang bowed to Yeyu. I heard you can't transform in this match. Then, I'll show you mercy, he said, raising his sandbag-sized fist and striking at Yeyu. Yeyu simply bent slightly to dodge. Small tricks. Don't show off in front of an expert. Then, supporting his entire weight with one hand, he delivered a flying kick, sending Wang Guang crashing to the ground, unconscious. Pathetic insect. How dare a mere ant compete with the sun and moon? This move caught the attention of both the chief and Manhwa. You're too weak. You're not worthy of being on the same stage as me. I won't make another move. If you can land a single blow on me, I'll surrender. This provocation completely ignited Wang Guang's masculine pride. Don't humiliate me. He immediately transformed into his beast form. Wang Guang, a small horse-like creature, usually attacked with his sharp horns. He immediately used his ultimate move, Wild Charge. You slightly retreated, you should admit it. Bravado won't make you truly strong. Wang Guang, blinded by rage, yelled, shut up, you're the weak one. Your whole family is weak. But Yeyu simply sidestepped the ultimate move. Wang Guang fell off the 10-meter-high stage. Impetuous, the weak should know their place. These words caused an uproar in the crowd. That Yeyu is too arrogant. Wang Guang, I'll avenge you later. We can't let Yeyu get away with this. Yeyu just smiled faintly. Only the weak stick together. Frankly, all of you here are trash. Manhwa broke out in a cold sweat. Please shut up. I'm afraid you'll be mobbed the moment you step off the stage. The chief, however, looked on with admiration. Yeyu is quite interesting. How amusing. Manhwa was dumbfounded. What's so amusing about this venomous snake? Bayu's taste is truly unique. The host quickly smoothed things over after Yeyu's victory. Everyone seems very excited. But hold on to your excitement. There are still more exciting duels to come. Meanwhile, Manchi held a flower, plucking its petals. Can win, can't win, he muttered, plucking a petal with each phrase. Just then, Xiaoyao rushed over. Brother, I found out who your opponent is. It's Julong. Manchi's face was filled with tension. He's not easy to deal with at all. Although Julong's swordsmanship isn't as good as Chi-Chi's or Meng Ming's, his kicks are incredibly sharp. I once saw him pierce a hunting dog with his foot. Xiaoyao also started to worry for her brother. Only if brother wins can he be chosen by Manhwa and successfully become her mate. Brother, why don't you go find Jialan and ask him for some tips on how to become stronger? But Manchi recalled the recent conflict with Jialan by the river, the we're rivals. I don't think he'll help me. Xiaoyao grabbed him insistently. How do you know if you don't try? Jialan is a good person. Xiaoyao then dragged Manchi to Jialan. There's something I want to ask you. Xiaoyao went straight to the point that why brother's next opponent is very strong. He wants to ask you for some tips on how to become stronger and win the match. She then put on a charming expression. Can you help, Jialan? To Jialan, however, it sounded like Daddy. Can you help? A blush crept up his cheeks. He immediately agreed. If my daughter looked at me like that, I'd give my life. I really want to ask Manhwa for a snack. But in such a short time, there's no way to truly make your body much stronger. You can only win by making the best use of your advantages. So, Manchi, what are your advantages? A woman transmigrated into a thin lion goddess. Her mission is to turn the desert into an oasis. But she can only make it rain by kissing men. She sees men as friends, but they only want to mate with her. Other males are not responsible towards her. Therefore, the annual grand duel was held. The victor has the right to choose the female he desires. Just now, Manhwa, acting as Jialan, won the first round. Yeyu also successfully won the second round. But Manchi's opponent is Julong, who once pierced a hunting dog with his sharp kick. He had no choice but to ask Jialan for advice on how to win. Jialan asked about Manchi's advantages. Manchi confidently replied, "I'm very strong. I can punch through solid rock." Jialan shook his head helplessly. Manchi then demonstrated a series of rapid punches, declaring his agility. Jialan sighed even more helplessly. Then he pointed at Manchi. "Your advantage is your weakness." Manchi immediately grabbed him. "Were you calling weak? Do you believe I won't bite you to death?" Xiaoyao quickly held Manchi back. "Brother, calm down. Listen to Jialan's explanation first." Jialan continued, "In our lion world, there's a terrifying tradition called killing the cubs. When a rogue male kills the pride leader, he will also kill all the leader's cubs. There was once a young cub whose father and siblings were all killed by a rogue male. It was his turn next, but he didn't want to die. He wanted to live. He knew he was too weak to defeat the rogue, so he chose to completely expose his vulnerability. He pointed at his own neck and said, 'I'm afraid of pain. Please aim here. Give me a quick death.' But the rogue didn't intend to give him a quick death. Instead, he wanted to teach him the lesson that the weak get beaten. As he expected, the rogue didn't show any mercy and even wanted to torture him. But it was precisely because of his display of weakness that the rogue lowered his guard. The cub finally found an opportunity to attack, and he successfully survived. So, weakness isn't necessarily a disadvantage. Used well, it can become an advantage. Use your weakness. Maybe you can turn the tables." After hearing Jialan's story, Manchi seemed to have a sudden realization that I understand. "I'm just building up my emotions." Jialan looked worried. Does he really understand? Just then, Manhwa called out to Jialan. "The cub in the story, was that you?" Jialan didn't hide anything that A.S. expected of Manhwa. "Nothing gets past you." Manhwa gently caressed Jialan's face. "You must have been so scared and helpless back then." She had always known that infanticide was common among lions, but she hadn't realized Jialan had experienced it firsthand. Having his family slaughtered must have been a traumatic experience. Jialan took Manhwa's hand. "Yes, but it's all right now. That was a long time ago. Later, I met the former chief of the Melia tribe, and life got better and better. The former chief was truly remarkable. He pitted those who were displaced and formed the Melia tribe. Different species united and became a family to each other." Manhwa then recalled that the Melia tribe consisted of various beastmen, unlike the Esida tribe, which was entirely composed of heartbeast. Jialan continued, saying he had inherited the former chief's will to strengthen the tribe and help more of those in need. Meanwhile, the enthusiastic host announced the next match, introducing the youngest contestant, Manchi, and his opponent, Julong. Manhwa, with a delighted expression, pulled Manchi towards the arena. "I wonder if he learned the technique you just taught him." She then took Jialan's arm. "That view is good. Let's sit over there and watch the match together." Jialan was overjoyed. Manhwa has suddenly become so proactive. Is it because she heard about my past and feels sorry for me? She's so kind. It seems I can use my tragic backstory to get closer to her in the future. That Jialan, what right does he have to hold hands with Manhwa? No, I have to stop this. Just now, Jialan had shared his past and taught Manchi how to use his perceived weakness to his advantage. At this moment, the host announced the official start of the third match. The audience erupted in cheers. However, the cheering put a lot of pressure on Manchi. He gulped, looking particularly nervous. Meanwhile, the vice chief looked pleased. Although I couldn't arrange for the two outsiders to compete, which is a bit of a shame, Julong was specifically assigned to fight the weakest contestant, Manchi. I hope he won't disappoint me. On the arena, Julong dodged Manchi's attack. "So naive. Your fighting is completely chaotic. You can't win against me like this." Manchi charged up another punch that I don't believe I can hit you. This time, Julong didn't dodge. Instead, he lay down. Not only did he not seem to be in pain, but he smiled. In the next second, he bounced Manchi away. "See? Your attacks are nothing to me." Manchi rolled around on the ground in apparent pain. Julong looked confused. "Manchi, are you all right? I didn't use much force. Why are you in so much pain?" Suddenly, Manchi's eyes hardened. He transformed into his beast form and charged, pushing Julong to the edge of the arena. Unexpectedly, Julong flapped his arms like wings and managed to stay on the platform. Seeing this, Manhwa raised her fist. "Manchi, finish him." Manchi felt a surge of motivation. "My sister is cheering for me. I have to win this match in style." He charged up again, preparing to knock Julong off the stage. Just then, a rock suddenly flew out and hit Manchi's front leg. Manchi stumbled and fell. Manhwa gasped. "What happened?" Why did Manchi suddenly fall? Jialan spoke up. It looked like something flew over and hit him. Manhwa suddenly realized that I didn't notice anything at all. It seems no one else did either. Well, lions do have better eyesight than humans and hartebeest. Even from a very long distance, they can see moving objects. Julong quickly got to his feet. Manchi, you dare to trick me. He then transformed into his beast form and charged that you'll pay for your foolishness. In the next second, he sent Manchi flying. Everyone quickly dodged. That's brutal. The host raised Yulong's hand and announced, Yulong wins this match. Manchi lay on the ground, heartbroken that I lost. I can't be my sister's mate. Manhwa and the chief rushed forward to check on him. Manchi ran off, tears in his eyes. Don't follow me. Let me be alone. The chief sighed that it seems Manchi will be hiding and sulking for a while. Jialan spoke up seriously about that match. I suspect someone helped Yulong cheat from outside the arena. The chief looked shocked. What? There's such a thing. Manhwa then suggested, we don't have any concrete evidence yet, so we shouldn't make a fuss. Manchi is my friend. I can't just stand by and watch him get cheated. I want to get to the bottom of this. Just as Manchi was about to deliver the final blow to Julong, he was knocked down by a sudden rock. He was then easily defeated by Julong, influencing the outcome of the match. But Jialan saw right through it. Someone was helping Julong cheat from outside the arena. Manhwa also wanted to find the person behind it for Manchi. The chief said that if someone really cheated, they must be severely punished. But now we can't tip our hand. It's not convenient for me to step in directly. I need you to investigate first. If you need anything, just let me know. Jialan stroked his chin. There's indeed something you can help with. I just looked around the arena and didn't see anything suspicious. I suspect the thing that sabotaged Manchi is still on the stage. The chief understood Jialan's meaning. He took Jialan and Manhwa and interrupted the host. Everyone's performance in today's competition has been excellent. I'm feeling very excited. I've suddenly been inspired to sing a song on stage. As soon as he said this, the audience below started cheering. Chief, sing. We want to hear it. The chief quickly gave Manhwa and Jialan a look. Immediately following, the chief took the stage. Everyone below looked up at him with admiration. Manhwa and Jialan searched for clues behind him. What was it that sabotaged Manchi and caused him to fall? While worrying, Manhwa saw some stone fragments. She picked them up. These grains of sand still retained moisture, as if they could be formed into a small sandball. At this time, the host noticed the two acting suspiciously and quickly asked what they were doing. The chief awkwardly stopped singing. Suddenly, Jialan started dancing wildly. We're performing a tribal dance. After a short while, the performance ended, and they managed to fool the host. The chief quickly asked, how'd it go? Any findings? Manhwa then opened her hand. The chief remained calm, that it's windy here. What's so strange about sand on the stage? Manhwa quickly had Jialan smell the sand. Jialan smelled the fragrance of desert rose. Manhwa immediately brought out her own desert rose. It's exactly this scent. The culprit must have used desert rose leaves and branches. They formed the dry sand into small, sticky sandballs, and then shot the sandballs at Manchi, causing him to fall. The chief then realized, it seems that's indeed the case. Jialan touched Manhwa's head that you're so smart. But all the females in the tribe have desert roses. And it's also possible that other males stole the desert rose petals from the females. Jialan insisted it can't be a male. This is a competition for mating rights. Preventing a clearly stronger competitor from winning this competition wouldn't benefit any male. Manhwa quickly agreed. Men really understand men best. If we can narrow it down to the females, it'll be much easier. There aren't many females in the East Saika tribe. We just need to call all the females here. One sniff of their hands will tell us. As she spoke, Manhwa grabbed Jialan's hand and smelled it. Jialan immediately blushed. The chief said, this is simple, leave it to me. Meanwhile, the deputy chief in the distance saw everything, but she was displeased because she was too far away to hear what they were discussing. All the males wanted to mate with her, but she still insisted on monogamy. The annual male duel was held. The winner could choose any female. Just now, the chief decided to find out the culprit and gathered all the females together. All the eligible females in the tribe should be here. Someone nodded. Except for the deputy chief, everyone is here. Then please do as I say. Stretch out your hands, palms up. Xiao Yao smelled each person's hands. The deputy chief felt that something was wrong. What are they doing? Wait. She then smelled her own hand, such a strong floral scent. Could they have discovered that I sabotaged Manchi? No one should have seen me. How is this possible? She quickly turned around that I have to go wash the scent off my hands. But Manhwa and the chief rushed over. Deputy Chief, where are you going? The next second, she was pinned to the ground. How dare you, Julong? You cheated in the competition. You will be punished. This competition is crucial for our tribe's mating selection and is closely related to the future development of our tribe. For what you have done, I can banish you from the tribe. Julong started sweating profusely. Banished from the tribe? Chief, I don't know anything. I thought Manchi fell because he sprained his ankle. How could I know? She trailed off. Chief, please help me. And I didn't ask the deputy chief to help me. Chief, I've been wronged. Manchi suddenly understood. So it was the deputy chief who helped you cheat, which caused me to lose. You're not even wrong, Chief. So you want to push all the blame onto the deputy chief. What do you mean, push it onto the deputy chief? It was the deputy chief's fault to begin with. The deputy chief coveted my beauty and wanted me to win first place, so I could be with him in glory. I'm innocent. Please don't expel me. The deputy chief immediately retorted, Enough, Julong. I did want you to take first place and be with me in glory to bring me honor. But you saying I coveted your beauty, I can't tolerate that. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you hadn't schemed and tried every way to get close to me, fawning over me, you think I would have even looked at you? Indeed, Julong has the audacity to claim the deputy chief coveted his beauty. He was the one who schemed and flattered the deputy chief first. Clearly, he was the one who coveted the deputy chief's position. Chief, you've heard it all. So do you confess? I confess. It's true that I was blinded by infatuation and helped him. And since you've discovered it, it's my fault. If you want to expel me from the tribe, then expel me. Julong pleaded, begging the chief to reconsider and not expel him. I don't want to leave the tribe. Chief, have mercy. I didn't expect the deputy chief to confess just like that. But he has assisted me since I was very young, and he is my only family. Since that's the case, then your wish will be granted. By order of the chief, Ling and Julong have been expelled from the East Sika tribe. From this day forward, they're no longer members of our tribe. Chief, you've finally grown up. You've always been sentimental since you were young. This is your strength and also your weakness. The chief suddenly realized something. Forcing you to do this was also a way to train us. Who knows? Don't think too highly of me. I'm a selfish person. He then gradually disappeared from public view. The relationship between Baiwe and Ling seems quite complicated. Sholi looked delighted. Good, this matter is finally resolved. Thank you, Manhwa and Jialan. I'll explain Julong's cheating to everyone later and let Manchi return to the competition. Let's continue watching the competition. Manhwa looked worried. Is Baiwe really okay? A woman travels through time and becomes a fragrant bobo. All the males want to marry her on the spot. It's either a litter of kittens or a litter of snakes. Just now, Manhwa discovered that the deputy chief and Julong cheated, and they were expelled from the East Sika tribe. To thank Manhwa, the chief kept her. Manhwa, I have a serious question to ask. Do you know Yeyu's identity? I only know his beast form is a giant owl. I don't know anything else. Manhwa looked puzzled. Does he have another identity? The Balin Hong tribe has been looking for Yeyu recently, and Yeyu is the heir to the Balin Hong tribe's chief. Manhwa was shocked. So Yeyu is the heir to the Balin Hong tribe? But why did he come to Jialuxi alone? He ran away from home to avoid an arranged marriage. I heard his mother arranged for 10 deputy chiefs to meet him for an arranged marriage, so he could choose his favorite to be the tribe's next chief consort. But he ran away the night before the meeting. Manhwa, you have to be careful. Now, 10 deputy chiefs are looking for him everywhere. If they find you, a female, by his side, it might put you in mortal danger. Manhwa quickly waved her hands. Yeyu and I aren't what you think. I saved him once, so he's been following me as repayment. Also, Yeyu doesn't want to be found. Can you keep his whereabouts a secret? The chief quickly agreed. Although Balin Hong wanted Yeyu, as repayment to Manhwa, he would pretend he never saw him. Meanwhile, the top 3 winners of the competition were announced. First place, Jialan. Second place, Luan. Third place, Selkie. Everyone else was celebrating enthusiastically. Only Yeyu looked disgruntled. If it weren't for that horn horse named Meng Meng wasting so much of his energy, how could Jialan have possibly won? Xiaoyao was also comforting Manchi. Don't be discouraged, brother. You're younger than them. You still have many opportunities. At this time, the host spoke excitedly. Please have the females present flowers to the top 3 warriors they admire and await the warriors' responses. Then, a chorus of cheers erupted from the female audience. Jialan slowly walked towards Manhwa. Will you give the flower in your hand to me? Before Manhwa could reply, the chief pushed her forward. Jialan looked at Manhwa affectionately. You are the prize I most desire. Jialan and Manhwa went to the room reserved for the first place winner. Jialan eagerly approached Manhwa. Whether to have 1 litter of lion cubs or 2 became a dilemma. Unexpectedly, Yu secretly arrived at the door. He hesitated whether to go in or not. If he didn't go in, he might see lion cubs tomorrow. Anxious, Yu kicked the stone door down. He saw his beloved Manhwa being harassed. He immediately slapped Jialan. You beast! How dare you force Manhwa to do this? Manhwa quickly shook her head in denial. But unable to refute Jialan's words, she couldn't speak. With me, Yu, around, no one can bully her. From this moment on, I will protect her. Jialan looked embarrassed that I seemed to have misunderstood. Wait here for me. I'll be back soon. Luckily, Yu showed up in time. Otherwise, I might not have been able to resist. I have to be on guard against temptation. I'll come back and continue later. Jialan felt ashamed I was too impulsive just now. Afterwards, the two went outside. Manhwa asked tentatively, I heard some things about you. Is it true you're the heir of the Balinhong tribe? I originally wanted to find a suitable opportunity to tell you. I didn't expect you already knew. I suppose whoever told you my identity also told you about me running away from the arranged marriage. You don't have to persuade me. I won't go back. Manhwa gave him a thumbs up. I wasn't planning on persuading you to go back. I admire your rebellious spirit. Marriage shouldn't be controlled by others. You should choose who you want to spend your life with. Yu looked surprised that you're the first person to say that to me. Since I was young, all I've heard is that when I grow up, I have to choose the strongest female in the tribe and help her become the tribe leader. But none of them are worthy of my assistance. Manhwa quickly comforted him. With such good conditions, you must find an equally outstanding girl. Don't worry, we'll take it slow. Yu remained silent. Little did she know, the female he had his eye on was right in front of him. Jialan and Manhwa were finally about to consummate their relationship. But Yu, who had rushed back, kicked the door down, interrupting them. He not only forcibly took Manhwa away, but also slapped Jialan. Only then did Manhwa learn that Yu was the heir of the Balinhong tribe and had run away from an arranged marriage. Yu assumed Manhwa would persuade him to return home, but instead, she supported his decision. Marriage shouldn't be controlled by others. However, the one Yu liked was right in front of him. At this point, Manhwa inquired about the treasure related to the water god. Legend has it that 1,000 years ago, the water god's sister, the sun god, killed him out of jealousy. Before he died, the water god transferred all his divine power into his staff. He entrusted the staff to his 4 holy maidens, instructing them to find his reincarnation and return the staff. Naturally, the sun god wouldn't let the holy maiden succeed. She was determined to destroy the staff. The 4 holy maidens had no choice but to divide the staff into 4 parts, each keeping 1 piece. They then fled to the human world and went into hiding, starting families. After the water god's death, the land here transformed from an oasis into a desert. The 4 tribes were established thanks to the fragments of the water god's staff brought by their respective holy maidens. But these are just legends. No one knows if the treasure can summon the water god. And now, it seems the holy maidens haven't found the water god's reincarnation. Manhwa looked expectant. The treasure is in the hands of the 4 holy maidens. As long as we find the holy maidens, we can find the treasure. Yes, but as far as I know, only the Sainan holy maiden is still within her tribe. The other 3 tribes' holy maidens have long since disappeared. I remember Jailuxi and Sainan are very close, separated only by a river. It shouldn't be too far from here. Yes, I can accompany you to Sainan. I'm quite familiar with the terrain there. The next morning, Manhwa took Jialan to build the bridge. Manhwa handed the blueprints to Jialan and informed him that she needed to leave for a while. Jialan became agitated. Where are you going? Didn't we agree to return to Malia together? I need to go to Sainan to find the holy maiden and retrieve the water god's treasure. Jialan became even more anxious that I can go with you. It's too dangerous for you to go alone. Manhwa winked, but you have more important things to do. The people of Malia are still waiting for water. Once you've taken care of the tribes matters. We can meet up again. At this moment, Yu and Manchi walked over. Manhwa isn't alone. I will protect her. Jialan wanted to protest, but then he thought, Manhwa has her own things to do. I shouldn't hold her back because of my selfish desires. He then looked at Yu and Manchi. Then I'll leave Manhwa in your care. You don't need to tell me. I already promised to protect Manhwa. And what right do you have to tell me to take care of my sister? Jiang Lang clenched his fists because I'm her mate. So, Manhwa has admitted it. What was supposed to be a sad farewell turned into a comical argument. The scene changes, and the three arrive at the sign-in border. Yu suddenly blocks Manhwa, as if something is approaching. Zayn is running forward, chased by a flock of vultures. Wrong. These are all for you. I'm not keeping any. Zayn looks at Manhwa with joy, but this isn't the time for reunions. You guys better run. If these baldies catch you, it'll be trouble. Yu smiles slightly. A few baldies are nothing. He swings his tail, knocking them all down. Manhwa cheers. Yu, well done. But the fallen vultures cry out. The next second, more vultures arrive. Zayn quickly grabs Manhwa and runs. You heard us and think you can run? No way. You'll all pay with your lives. A dark gust and storm surge. Manhwa can't open her eyes. Yu quickly pulls her into his arms. Don't be afraid. I'll protect you. Zayn and Manchi can only cover their eyes amidst the chaos. Just then, Manhwa remembers her system. She clears her throat and shouts, "How dare you harm me? It's finally my time to shine." Manhwa presses the panel in front of her and yells, "Descend, lightning," but nothing happens. Manhwa is confused. Why lightning system is broken. Dandan quickly explains, have you not used your skills in so long they've expired? What do you need to do before using a skill? Have you forgotten? He then pushes her towards Yeyu. Manhwa kisses him. Dandan grins. That's it. The next second, a bolt of lightning strikes from the sky. That woman transmigrated into a beast world and got a kissing system. Her skills only activate by kissing men. Just now, Manhwa was surrounded by a large group of vultures, but the system said only kissing could trigger her skills. Manhwa had to target Yu. The next second, lightning struck. All the vultures instantly turn to ash. Yu feels his lips go numb. Sorry, Yu. I didn't mean to take advantage of you. Blame that darn Dandan. The scene changes. Manhwa applies herbal medicine to Zayn. Why were so many vultures chasing you? I heard Sinan-in has lots of shiny things, so I came looking. But I ran into a vulture who wanted to steal all my things to make trinkets for their leader. I refused, of course. So he called a bunch of vultures to attack me. They wanted to kill me and steal my stuff. Those vultures are such thugs. This area is so chaotic. I've traveled everywhere, but I've never heard of vultures here. There's a village up ahead that's suitable for us to stay tonight. I haven't slept well after all this roughing it. I haven't had a good sleep in ages. Just then, Manhwa gasps. Zayn holds a sparkling stone. The vultures took all my other stones, but I kept this one. I'm giving it to you. I think it suits you. I hope you like it. It's beautiful. If I'm not mistaken, this is a priceless tanzanite. When I get home, I'll be the most fabulous lady in the universe. Yu suddenly adds, I have many more beautiful ones at home. If you like, I'll give them all to you. So, the best part of coming to this world isn't petting all the fluffy creatures, but becoming rich overnight. Soon, the four arrive at Isu village. Two guards stop them. I'm an old acquaintance of your village chief, Ola. A woman approaches father's old acquaintance. Let them in. Don't block our guests. I'll take you to see my father. Yu suddenly becomes wary. Ola, since when did you have a daughter? I'm his adopted daughter. Father is kind. Seeing me wandering alone and helpless, he not only took me in but also gave me a home. However, father hasn't been well lately and may not be able to entertain you. Wait a moment. I'll go and explain the situation to him. At this moment, a pungent smell filled the air. It definitely smelled like decay. Yu immediately became cautious. There was definitely something wrong with this village. At this time, everyone was told that their beds had been moved to rental houses. Lying on the bed was a dying old man. Yu hadn't expected to see him so soon. Yu asked, puzzled, you seemed quite healthy before. Why are you so frail now? When you get old, all sorts of ailments surface. You all should rest here tonight. I'll have someone arrange accommodations for you. There's no need to trouble yourself. I've already arranged their accommodations. Hearing this, Yu immediately turned to leave, but the old man called him back. I have one more request. I'm afraid I don't have much time left, so I want to find a home for Ailerea as soon as possible. I hope to entrust her to you. Ailerea also put on a shy act. Manhwa felt something was amiss. That I asked this all so sudden. It feels like there's a catch. Yu directly refused. I can't accept this. Ailerea asked, her face full of disbelief. Why? Do you think I'm not good enough for you? Yu firmly replied yes. This bluntness stunned the onlookers. That was so direct. I already have someone I love, and I intend to protect them for life. The three of them looked at Manhwa in unison. Sorry, Brother Yu. My father is being presumptuous. You must be exhausted from your travels. I'll go prepare some food for you. Trying to steal my man? The only outcome is death. Ailerea walked out the door. Someone prepare the sacrificial offerings. I'll treat our guests well. Unexpectedly, the two bowed almost 580 degrees. First, I'll feed you well, and then it will be my turn to feast. Publicly confessed to, and then brutally rejected. Holding a grudge, she vowed to make him pay. She first prepared a lavish dinner. Then she secretly added poison to the food. Soon, everyone collapsed unconscious. Ailerea looked smug. She used her fingertip to lift Yiyu's chin. This handsome man is mine. Leave the other three to my disposal. As soon as she finished speaking, bald men carried the three away. Ailerea immediately sat down next to Yiyu. How dare you reject me? Tonight, I'll show you what I'm capable of. Saying this, she closed her eyes and moved closer. Unexpectedly, Yiyu suddenly opened his eyes. You presumptuous fool. You're awake? I have a good eye. I gave you such a high dose, yet you woke up so quickly. I think I'm starting to like you more and more. Yeyu instantly transformed. Did you really think we would fall for your trap? The next second, Mingwei and the other two walked in that we've taken care of everyone outside. They really are bald vultures. They're probably the same ones we encountered during the day. It turned out that when Ailerea was eating, her neck had completely turned red. Mingwei had noticed this. Then she exchanged glances with Manchi. The four of them pretended to eat with relish. It was on act, because when bald vultures eat, their necks and faces involuntarily turn red to warn others of their kind not to steal their food. So, this was all a play that you're able to stay in this village because you've usurped it, haven't you? The village chief's illness is also your doing. You control the chief, and thus, you control the entire village, leaving the villagers in dire straits. Just then, Ailerea suddenly threw 3 sharp swords. You blocked them all with his tail. You dare try to hurt the one I'm protecting? You're courting death. He slammed Ailerea to the ground. Unexpectedly, this allowed her to escape. I'll remember you. Next time we meet, I'll repay this humiliation tenfold. Seeing this, Zan intended to chase after her. But Mingwei stopped him. Bald vultures can fly very high. You might not be able to catch her. Besides, never chase a desperate enemy, in case it's a trap. Bald vultures are extremely powerful. They have almost no natural enemies. Even if injured, Zan is probably no match for her. The priority now is to check on the village chief. The scene changed. The village chief drank Mingyue's special medicine and felt a bit more energetic. Yiyu, I should have told you. Those bald vultures have ill intentions. But before, they held my loved ones and the villagers hostage. For their sake, I had no choice but to do as they said. Yiyu looked concerned. What's the background of those bald vultures? My father was clearly, there are no bald vultures, the village chief sighed. Those bald vultures were here not long ago. They seem to be Deputy Chief Biddle's relatives. As soon as they arrived, they occupied the village and mistreated the villagers. Our food reserves have been completely plundered. Our village is mainly inhabited by the elderly. We rely on strong young people to supply us with food, but their return is uncertain. I don't know what to do next. Mingyue immediately replied, it's better to rely on ourselves than on others. I see that there's plenty of water nearby, very suitable for growing crops. Why don't we organize the elderly and children in the village to farm together? The village chief and his wife were confused by the idea of farming. Farming? What's that? Farming is sowing these wheat grains into the soil. After a while, they will grow. This way, we can harvest more wheat grains. As long as we save a portion of the wheat grains for the next planting, the rest can be used as food. The village chief was excited. That's amazing. I'll gather the villagers to try it. 6 months later, they finally managed to plant everything. Ming was suddenly thought of Jiaolan. This was the first time they had been apart for so long. The next moment, Zayan brought Jiaolan over. Manhwa looked at Jialan, feeling like it was an illusion. It wasn't until Jialan pulled her into his arms that she smelled the familiar scent. What she saw wasn't an illusion. The Jialan before her was real. Just then, Yu pulled Manhwa away. He then shielded Manhwa behind him. "Why are you here?" "I'm Manhwa's. I handle my matters and came to find her." "Any problem?" Manhwa felt helpless. Why did they start arguing as soon as they met? She tried to change the subject. "Yu, have you figured out which way we should go next?" Currently, all routes to Sinin Yin's capital require passing through Deputy Chief Bidala's territory. Otherwise, we have to cross the misty forest. All right, Jialan is here too. Let's tell the village chief and set off tomorrow. At this moment, Jialan sensed something was amiss. Manhwa's smile towards Yu was so bright. The next day, everyone arrived at Bidala's territory. "We are from Jialuxi and have business with the guardian of Sinanin. Please let us pass." However, the guard recognized them immediately. Deputy Chief Bidala said that if you want to pass, you must hand over enough food for 100 people. If you can't, then leave immediately. He then attacked Manhwa, but luckily, Jialan and Yu intercepted the blow. "Are you looking for death?" Manhwa stopped the two in time. "We need to see the saintess of Sinanin. We can't fight them. Besides, the village chief mentioned that Bidala was on good terms with Ailerea. He was probably helping Ailerea by obstructing them. Both of you calm down. In that case, why don't we just cross the misty forest?" Manhwa agreed. "Although the misty forest is dangerous, we are capable fighters. And since Bidala is targeting us, even if we gather enough food for 100 people, he will find other ways to make things difficult. It's indeed better to cross the misty forest directly." Jialan was worried, seeing the growing understanding between Manhwa and Yu. Had she fallen for him? "Manhwa, you can enter the misty forest, but it's full of danger. We must be fully prepared before entering." "Dang, she no good. Not strong enough." Again, unexpectedly, Jialan's idea of full preparation was to practice self-defense techniques with Manhwa. He even prepared a whole set of lessons. First, learn unarmed combat, then self-defense, and finally offensive combat skills. Manhwa sighed. "This will take forever." Jialan lightly tapped her head. "You'll have extra training today." Manhwa started to whine. "I'm already exhausted. More training will break me." "You can skip the extra training, but there's a condition." Manhwa immediately perked up. "What condition?" Jialan leaned in close. "The condition is kiss me." Manhwa blushed. When did Jialan become so bold? "So, is it a kiss or extra training?" It wasn't the first time anyway. She'd go for it. "Is this okay? You can skip the extra training this time." He had to win Manhwa back during this self-defense training period. The constant training was making her ache all over. It was killing her. Although Jialan taught seriously, she sometimes felt he had ulterior motives, always finding opportunities to flirt with her. Just then, she heard a melody. Following the sound, she saw Yu sitting on a tree branch, playing a tune. "Yu, why are you still awake so late?" Yu reached out a hand. "The night breeze is so comfortable. Want to come up and enjoy it with me?" "How's your self-defense training coming along?" Manhwa replied, "It's going well. Jialan even praised me. I've basically mastered archery today. Tomorrow, I'll start learning about opponents." Unexpectedly, Yu pulled out a small, sharp blade. "That I made this for you." Manhwa accepted the blade and opened it. "That it's beautiful. What did you make it from?" "Snake skin." This blade is thin as a cicada's wing, but incredibly sharp. It's also coated in snake venom. Just a scratch will paralyze an enemy, and a deeper wound can be fatal. I love it. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. It's just a little something I made in my spare time. I hope you don't mind. A male character, presumably named Yu, carefully held the blade. "That I'm very happy with this gift." The next day, he showed it off in front of Jialan. "Oh no, Manhwa's harem is going to explode. All because of a little trinket she gave Yu." Jialan punished Manhwa by making her run 1,000 kilometers. It turned out Yu had shown off the trinket to Jialan. Jialan, in a fit of anger, punished Manhwa by making her run. Just then, a badly injured male crawled out of the bushes. "This man is badly hurt. We need to help him, or he'll die." They then brought him back to their dwelling. Manhwa quickly prepared a medicinal concoction. Just as she was about to apply it, her hands were grabbed. Manhwa has enough males around her already. She doesn't need another one. Manhwa sighed. "It's the first time I've seen you so eager." "Well, be gentle." Before even touching the wound, the injured man cried out. He looked at Manhwa with a weak expression. "Sister, maybe you should do it." "I'm so scared, it hurts so much." Jialan and Yu both agreed that this newcomer was definitely suspicious. An hour later, Jialan and Yiyu were still applying the medicine, but the patient seemed dissatisfied. Now that the medicine is applied, your wounds should heal in a few days. But how did you get so injured? My name is Mengmu, not Xiaomu. I've been living in Bidala's territory. For years, Bidala has been capturing young males to satisfy his desires. I didn't think he'd take an interest in me. Bidala inflicted these wounds. I only managed to escape yesterday. He then took Mingyue's hand. I'm so lucky I met you, sister. I might have died on the road otherwise. Once I've recovered, I'm willing to be your slave, serving you for life. Jialan mercilessly slapped his hand away, and no need. I'm here for Manhwa. She doesn't need you. Mengmu, consider this a small act of kindness. Once you're healed, you can leave and do your own thing. No need for servitude. Manhwa then took Jialan and Yiyu's arms. Let's all go outside and let Mengmu rest. Lord Bidala, I received intel that Mingyue's companions, Jialan and Yiyu, are at odds. I plan to exploit that and take them down one by one. But they seem united. I'll have to think of another plan. Sister, I'm healed. Your medicine is incredibly effective. Here are some berries I picked for you. Sister, I noticed you always boil your water before drinking it, so I boiled some for you. And I also cleaned your tent. Sister, you must be tired from training. Let me give you a massage. Each time, he was pulled away by other males, presumably Manchi and Zayan. Tell us, what's your real purpose? Brother, I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to repay Sister's kindness. You've been hovering around Sister all day, taking up all her time. You're doing it on purpose. Don't think we don't know you're already healed. Just leave. Mingyue overheard their conversation. Why are you chasing me away? I'm homeless. I finally found someone who's kind to me. Why can't I stay with her? I never meant to come between you. I just wanted to join your family. Sister, since you don't welcome me, I'll leave. Mingyue felt a pang of guilt. I haven't done anything wrong. But why do I feel like I've committed a terrible crime? Maybe I shouldn't have let Jialan and the others isolate Mengmu. He's so pitiful. Mengmu can't go there. That's the misty forest. Mingyue followed, but couldn't find Mengmu. The next moment, Ailerea appeared that you've entered my territory. Even if you scream, no one will hear you. Even though that boy Mengmu failed to separate you from your males, satisfying your desires is still a considerable achievement. Bidala, let's eliminate this weakest one first. Ailerea, I'm only here on Bidala's orders, not as your subordinate. Don't order me around. She then shot 4 poison needles at Mingyue. But Mingyue, thanks to her training, easily dodged them. This female is quite skilled. Suddenly, Ailerea appeared behind Mingyue and kicked her in the back. Mingyue's scream alerted the other 4, allowing them to pinpoint their location. Yiyu suddenly activated a sensing skill. There are 3 of them over there. Kill them. You're too naive. Let me think. How should I slowly torture you to death? Perhaps I'll start by ruining that pretty face of yours, bit by bit. Just then, Manchi suddenly unleashed a spinning kick, sending Ailerea flying. We won't let Mingyue get hurt, not even a little. Mingyue's eyes instantly filled with tears. Don't run off with strangers again. Do you understand? Dekala instantly flung out his weapon. For more? How troublesome. But Yiyu easily blocked it. Jialan, protect Mingyue. Suddenly, Dekala attacked Mingyue again, but Jialan caught the blow barehanded. Mingyue, wait here. I'll get you out of here soon. Lanchi and Zayan joined the fight. Mingyue retreated to the side, only to be confronted by a knife at her throat. Don't make a sound, or I'll kill you. Xiaomu, you're taking me with you? Why are you doing this? Are you being threatened? Tell me, I can help you. Weren't you hurt by Bidala? Why are you helping him? You stupid girl. That was all a lie. I inflicted these wounds on myself. How else could I lure you in? At that moment, Mingyue suddenly struck, knocking Xiaomu's knife away. But Xiaomu continued to struggle. Mingyue had no choice but to pull out the poison blade Yiyu had given her. Although she managed to cut Xiaomu, he kicked her, sending her tumbling down a steep cliff. But the cliff was incredibly high. She probably won't survive that fall. Meanwhile, the other 4 quickly defeated their opponents. Then, Jialan realized that Mingyue was gone. Something's wrong. Mingyue's disappeared. Even using his sensing ability, he couldn't locate her. Mingyue wouldn't just run off without a word, unless there are other enemies. Yiyu was certain that Xiaomu was responsible. Mingyue must have been lured away by him. He's the most likely suspect, having taken Mingyue into the misty forest. We have to find her quickly. But 7 days passed, and there was still no sign of Mingyue. Everyone assumed Manhwa was probably dead, but Yiyu insisted on going to Sinan. Maybe Manhwa is already waiting for me there. Just as they suspected, upon arriving in the main street, they heard passers-by discussing the rain-summoning goddess, and they said she had a romantic story with their leader. Jialon urgently approached them and asked, "What's the name of this goddess you speak of? What's her story with your leader?" "I don't know the goddess's name. She arrived in Kara City a few days ago. I heard the leader was out hunting when he found her at the bottom of a cliff near the misty forest. He fell in love with her at first sight and wants to marry her." Just then, someone shouted, "The goddess is coming." The next moment, a dozen servants carried the leader and the goddess through the streets. And the goddess on the palanquin was Manhwa. Everyone knelt before Manhwa, asking for her blessing. "I beseech the goddess for rain." Manhwa simply waved her hand. The next second, the clear sky darkened with clouds. Thunder rumbled, and torrential rain began to fall. Jialon frantically waved to Manhwa. "Manhwa, we're here. We've come to get you." But Manhwa only glanced at Jialon before coldly looking away. Jialon was shocked. What happened to Manhwa? The four continued to wave and try to get her attention. But Deputy Chief Bidala noticed them. "What are you doing? Are you trying to steal Sinanyan's goddess?" "Bidala, release Manhwa immediately, or I'll start a war between our tribes. The goddess being here has nothing to do with me. Our leader rescued her, and he's going to marry her in 2 days. Besides, she's not Manhwa. She fell down a cliff and doesn't remember anything. She's now the goddess of Sinan." Everyone was stunned. "So Manhwa has amnesia. That's why she didn't recognize us. You're quite resourceful, managing to cross the misty forest. But now that you're on my territory, don't blame me for settling the score. Seize them. Don't let them escape." Yiyu felt it unwise to fight in this situation. Escape was paramount. The scene changed. They had escaped the soldiers' encirclement. "It's getting late. Let's rest here tonight. We'll figure out how to save Manhwa tomorrow." Just then, a masked person approached. Yiyu immediately became alert. Someone was approaching. In the next second, the masked person suddenly appeared near Jialon.